My husband, Andy, had been shot in the neck.
And they said that he had been in an accident.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation reached out.
They were going to pay off the mortgage on my house.
It has helped my life as a single mother.
The amount of relief that it brought to know that my boys and I don't have to worry.
As a mom, we want to know our children have a home.
This one huge thing was everything. It was everything.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Amana brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
And welcome to a brand new edition of AHSAA TV Weekly. I'm your host, Susan Carruthers, and although it's just now starting to feel like fall outside, we all know that high school fall sports are already wide open across the state of Alabama. We've got a great show for you this week. First, we'll bring you the story of tragedy turned to true sportsmanship with love between rival communities on full display. For that story, we'll talk with school leaders from Russellville and Mars Hill Bible about how they turned their meeting on the gridiron into an opportunity to support those who were affected by a tragic loss in their community. Next, we'll talk to Aniana head football coach Phil Phillips and his outstanding senior football star, Demarion Fluff Bothwell. Fluff already broke records last year, and in last week's game, he accounted for 8 TDs with 265 yards rushing and 17 tackles on defense in their big win against Etowah. But before we get to all that, we're honored to bring you another story of one of our Making a Difference Award recipients this year. Let's meet Ryan Robertson of Brooks High School.
Up in Killen, Alabama, which is the home of the Brooks Lions, which is where I'm currently been for the last 18 years, and have loved Killen, Alabama and Brooks High School every second that I've been here. Who got me to go into education would be my dad and my mom. My dad's a special ed teacher. My mom taught at Northwest Shoals, and then my high school basketball coach, Coach Willis, was a big influence on me wanting to go into the education and the coaching world. The challenges for me going into coaching were how do you communicate with each type of kid, especially getting into the girl side. How do you go from coaching boys to coaching females? And to me, that was the biggest thing that I had to learn. And the people that have helped me have been great. Brenda Mays at Muscle Shoals helped me. Kim Green at Rogers, Melissa Hammond and Renita Toner at Lexington. And I know I'm going to leave some people out, but those people really helped me in helping to grow volleyball here at Brooks and in the local areas.
I've known Ryan my whole entire life. You know, me and Ryan grew up together. Both went to Brooks. Been here our entire lives. And I nominated Coach Robertson because, you know, I felt like, you know, I watched him do things throughout the years with his teams and other people's teams. He's went above and beyond the normal call. I've watched him, you know, start programs and do things for kids who were suffering and in need. We had 4 kids on our volleyball team who had lost a parent, and he started a program for them. And when he sees a need, he goes out and attacks that need, and he makes sure the kids have what they need every day, day in and day out. Coach Rob's a perfect, you know, example of the Making a Difference Award because he makes a difference every day, you know, with the kids here, with the kids in the school, with the kids in athletics. You know, he's probably one of the best ones I've ever seen about making a difference for kids, for sure.
We're in a field where helping somebody should be the main priority. You've got to find a way to help somebody. Hey, 1 or 2 words can change a kid's day. and can change a teacher's day too. For me, setting a strong example by my own actions is something that I grew up with. My mom and dad really instilled that on me, that if you're going into the teaching field, you've got to put your actions at the forefront of what you're doing. You've got to know what you're doing and know that it's the right thing to do, and be positive and shine a light on the students that you're helping and the teachers that you're helping. The biggest reward is seeing the kids succeed when they know that they've got to try their hardest, and even if you try your hardest, sometimes you come up short. But if you give 100%, in my eyes, you're not a failure because you're giving everything you have. Making a Difference Award, personally, to me, is the highest honor that I could possibly get. To me, it reflects all on our student athletes and the coaches that helped me and the administration that helped me coming up. Just to summarize, getting the award, there's not words that I could say that tells how much it means to me.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Tragically, the community of Russellville lost a 5th grade student and his mother in a car accident 2 weeks ago. On the following Friday night, Russellville's football team traveled to Mars Hill in a battle of unbeaten teams in Northwest Alabama. In a true act of sportsmanship and kindness, Mars Hill principal Dexter Rutherford had the home team fans pass a bucket to raise several thousands of dollars for the Russellville family's funeral expenses in a show of concern and love for their opposing team. Dr. Heath Grimes, Russellville superintendent, praised the act of kindness by his longtime friend and mentor, telling the world in a tweet just how the efforts helped his hurting school family in a real time of need. Let's welcome to our program now Dr. Heath Grimes, Russellville City School Superintendent. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, Dr. Grimes, if we could first of all have you tell the story of this amazing act of kindness from your perspective, fill in any holes that I may have left out.
We just had to me, it was a football game. It was Friday night, and Mr. Rutherford had reached out to me. Mr. Rutherford and I are longtime friends and have been friends for a number of years. He's a mentor to me and had supported me as I was coming up through the ranks as an educator and as an administrator. And so he just reached out and asked if he could remember the family in their opening prayer, and then if there was anything else that we needed. So I just shared that the family was hurting, and financially, of course, it was an unexpected expense, and it would be tough for any of us, but especially maybe if they're underprepared for that. So he said, "I'll tell you what I'm going to do." So I knew they were going to do that, but even more excitingly when he shared with it, they worked it all night. He really took the initiative to do that, and was able to really raise a significant amount of money for that family.
Well, and then after the fact, you took to social media to be sure to share this story with the world. It's such a touching story. Tell us, when you went and created that post online, just where that came from and sort of where your heart was in that moment.
Yeah, and so that's a really big deal to me. I guess it's a great opportunity for me to share that because we both talked about the media wanted to make sure that they shared it. I wanted it shared simply because I wanted people to see the generosity and kindness that they were showing. But in a situation like that, especially, I don't want any attention from that. And if you know Mr. Rutherford, I knew he didn't want any attention from that. So we kind of did, when he gave me the money, told them they could get a quick shot of that and they could run their story, but we weren't going to talk. And he and I just shared a moment and talked about, our families, knowing that we have, I have young children and not that young, but we have, I have a seventh grade daughter, a senior daughter, and one in college. And Mr. Rutherford has an 11-year-old grandson. And it was an emotional time, and that we shared it. And I just knew his heart, and I think he knows mine. And we didn't want to make it about ourselves, but I did want people to know what the school had done. I edited the post multiple times just simply because I knew if I said too much about him, he'd get me. But at the same time, I wanted them to see what Mr. Rutherford had done as a leader, as a principal, as a man, and I wanted them to see the act of kindness from the Mars Hill community.
Well, what do you think is the message and really the lesson to come out of this for administrators, teachers, student athletes, in between communities, that are often rivals on Friday night? What's the message that you want for this experience to send?
Well, I'm a lifelong athlete. I have always been a part of sports, either teaching or coaching, and I absolutely think sports are a game changer in people's lives and coaching and the relationships, but sometimes we miss what the athletic piece is really about. And it is about teaching people to be better people and to work hard and character and to support others and teamwork and service and dedication and all of those things that we have an opportunity to teach through sports. And I think that was a very teachable moment for all of us, is to say this is what it really should be about. And one thing that may not have been shared that I think is really important for maybe one of our young coaches, a year prior, Mars Hill had lost a soccer coach. And our soccer coach took it upon himself before the ball game to honor his family at midfield, give them a signed ball by the team, and just really bring some recognition to that family. So the Mars Hill the Mars Hill preacher, actually, the campus preacher, reached out this week and said, this is just paying it forward for what your soccer coach did last year. So I just think it's an opportunity to share with our student athletes what athletics are about, what it's about to be a person in kindness and service.
Well, Dr. Grimes, I don't think anyone could have said it better than you just summed it up. We want you to know that everyone at AHSAA and WOTM, our prayers are with you and with the whole Fretwell family. We thank you for the example that you've set, and we thank you so much for taking the time to be on our program today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be right back after this on AHSAA TV Weekly. Mr. Rutherford, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Will you tell us, just in your own words and from your perspective, about the act of kindness and generosity that took place between your school and the community of Russellville?
Well, we played Russellville last week in a football game, or week before last now, and they had the tragedy in their school community there with an accident that took the life of a mom and a child. And of course, I think this happened like Wednesday night or something. And so I reached out to Heath Grimes, the superintendent over there, and just obviously expressed our deepest sympathy and just asked if he thought it would be appropriate if we had a moment of silence and then a word of prayer and mentioned this family on Friday night at the ball game. And he said that would be fine. So we were thankful to be able to do that. And just kind of in passing, I said, Heath, if there's anything else that we can do, and as a side note, school families experience tragedies like this from time to time, and it obviously impacts it impacts everyone. And so we were very sorrowful and wanted to see if there's anything else we could do. And he said that the Russellville community was helping raise funds for the funerals. And so I just asked him if it would be okay if we, passed around a collection buckets or whatever at the ball game on our side Friday night to help with this. And frankly, it's a little embarrassing that I'm sitting here because, while I put money in, there were literally hundreds of people who helped with this in the stands, putting money in. So that's what it was. We just wanted to help a little bit in that way, in addition, of course, to praying for this family.
Well, Mr. Rutherford, education and leadership there at Mars Hill is not your only profession. You're also a farmer, I understand. So tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I grew up in Lawrence County, which is, as we say, across the river from here, and grew up on a farm. We what we call then row cropping and cows and things. And then I still live on the farm where I grew up. Basically, I wanted to raise my children in a farm atmosphere, if you will. So now I'm kind of older and I don't do a lot of the farming. I have cows and still have chickens and goats and so forth, horses around there, and it's just a way of life for me. I drive to Florence to work every day, but still live out there on the farm and just enjoy that kind of life. And I'm getting closer to being back out there full time, Lord willing.
Well, I understand that farming can teach you a lot about faith. So tell us how farming has impacted your faith and then probably led you to be a leader in random acts of kindness like this.
Well, thank you for that. Of course, any profession, has its upsides, and knowing farming education is kind of me, so I'm obviously leaning toward the positives of that. But I grew up on a farm, and farm families tend to do things together, even today, farms. But back in the 60s and 70s when I was growing up, you get up together, you go to work together, you raise a large part of what you eat there, and you just do things together. Obviously, faith was a big part of my growing up and my life, and then I wanted that for our children. We wanted that same type of environment, working together, growing together, going to church together, and I guess we fail in this, but we want to be Christ-like in all that we do, and doing for others and serving others. And again, it's a little embarrassing to do a whole lot of this whole situation, but I think school, the state, and probably the nation, but we know that children have on different color uniforms. They're still children, and when it's all said and done, it goes a lot for sports. And I think the relationships that you build, like the relationship that I've had with Heath Grimes over the years, those kind of school rivals and so forth.
Well, Mr. Rutherford, we want to thank you so much, not only for joining us today, but also for your leadership and the example of character and generosity and faith that you showed there to those in your community and also in the Russellville community. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this on AHSAA TV Weekly.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Aniana's senior football star, Demarion Fluff Bothwell, became the 6th player in AHSAA history to rush for more than 3,000 yards in a single season last year. His 3,112 rushing yards in 13 games ranked 3rd best of all times. But he's not resting on last year's accomplishments. Last week alone, Fluff accounted for 8 TDs with 265 yards rushing and 17 tackles on defense. Let's welcome to our program Aniana coach Phil Phillips and his player Demarion Fluff Bothwell. Welcome to the program, guys.
Good to be here.
Well, Coach, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about last week's victory and what it meant to the team, and then, of course, moving forward, how it helps you look forward to the rest of the season and the playoffs.
Well, it was a region game, which of course makes it very important. And we had been on the road twice this year and come up short both times. So we were looking for a first road win. And anytime you go to Etowah, you go to Attala, you know you're going to be in for a physical, fast team and a very in a game, and that's what it was. And our kids made a lot of plays. We had some kids make some plays Friday night who hasn't made some of those plays so far. And it was a big win. It was a region win. It put us in position to maybe host a playoff game if we could get a couple more wins. And that's really the only goal we talk about as a team is hosting playoff games in the first round. So that put us a little step closer to that. So that made it a very important win.
Well, Coach, you've got one of your star players sitting there beside you. Introduce us to the young man sitting next to you.
Well, beside me is my running back, Fluff Bothwell. And, I get asked this a lot, how good is Fluff? What does Fluff mean to your team? I tell you, Fluff, the first and foremost, Fluff is a leader in our school. He's a leader in our town. He conducts himself up and down the hallways and in classrooms like he's supposed to, and he does it in town. And so he has been a leader like that for us for years. And then his last couple of years, we wake up one morning, he's kind of morphed into this grown man, and he's kind of put us on his back and carried us the last couple of years. He's had plenty of help. He had a really good offensive line last year, and we took advantage of it. This year, we're breaking in some new guys up front, and so it's been a learning process. And we just talked before we came on the air. It kind of felt like maybe we're making some headway now. We're starting to be able to do some things that we like to do, but he's our bell cow. Every team needs one, and he does that for us, and we're excited to have him.
Well, Fluff, I got to ask you, where'd you get that nickname, Fluff?
I was a 11-pound baby, and so my mom gave me that name, and it stuck with me ever since. So.
Well, Fluff, playing both sides of the ball, that's exhausting. Tell us how you're able to play both sides of the ball every Friday night and remain so impactful on both sides.
To me, I just feel like you just gotta love the game enough. I just feel like when it comes to knowing you have to do this and do that, a lot of people are dependent on me to do what I have to do. So it's just gotta do it.
Well, Coach, with Fluff being such an integral part of your team on both sides, do you worry about him wearing down as the season goes on?
Oh yeah. We were fortunate last year. He had tons of yards last year, but he only had to carry about just under 20 carries a game, and that's changed this. And we played him on the edge. That's changed this year. He's having to carry it in the mid-20s, and we're playing him inside. So he really gets no break. And one of the biggest things we wanted to do coming into the season is find a way to get him off the field some. And what we've realized about a month ago, if this team's going to have any success, we're that idea is kind of out the window. We're not going to get him off the field a whole lot. We get him off on a few special teams, but that's about it.
Well, Fluff, breaking the records that you've broken and putting up the stats that you continue to put up, I'm sure that you have been on the radar of lots of college-level recruits. Tell us, do you have plans for next season?
Going into college, my plan is to make an impact early. So, that's really every player's goal to reach as going into college as freshmen, is to make an impact early. So that's my goal for next season.
Well, Coach, I understand that you guys have a bye this week. How important is an off week to your team looking forward to the rest of the season?
Well, it's huge for this team. We play so many players both ways that it's coming about at the right time. I hate it. We only have 9 regular season games, but now last year and this year, having this week here to kind of rest up a little bit, restore your body, work on some little things, get some younger guys some work at practice that don't necessarily get a lot of work during the week, in the normal week. It's been a huge advantage, and we'd be crazy not to use it as that, a time to so this body can heal. There's 4 or 5 others that really don't come off the field either, and their bodies and minds need a little rest too.
Well, Coach Phillips and Fluff, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We congratulate you again on last week's big win. Enjoy this off week, and we wish you the best of luck going forward the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this on AHSAA TV Weekly.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
It's time again for David Holtzford's highlights, topped off by the WOTM highlights from last week's Game of the Week. Always remember that if you want to see your school's highlights on a future segment, send them to the email address on your screen. We open Week 6 highlights this week with a clip turned in from Week 5 after our show had been completed. But we just had to go back and show you this 99-yard touchdown pass, and we thank Pleasant Grove coach Daryl LeBeau for sharing the play with us. Pleasant Grove quarterback Eric Hanley takes the snap, followed by a Parker punt that rolled dead to the 1-yard line and hurled a pass to wide receiver Clarence Taylor, who got past his defender quickly and hauled in a catch at the 25-yard line and then dashed the remaining 75 yards for a touchdown. The 99-yard play, which ties the AHSAA record, is incredible. Let's take a look at it again from the end zone camera from the Pleasant Grove School production team. The touchdown proved to be the difference in Pleasant Grove's 22-21 win over the previously unbeaten Thundering Herd. We moved to last week's action with a first look at the Class 7A Region 2 thriller at Opelika between the host Bulldogs and arch rival Auburn. Opelika looked to be taking control in the second quarter with this touchdown pass from Roman Gagliano to Jordan Tolbert to give the Bulldogs a 17-7 lead. Now up 23-17, Calvin Hughley finds a lane through the Tigers defense and goes 40 yards for the touchdown as Opelika extends its lead to 30-17. Auburn wasn't done, however. The comeback got underway with sophomore running back Omar Mabson finding the end zone on this run to cut the lead to 30-24. And then with 30 seconds remaining, Auburn quarterback Henry Allen rolls to his right and finds senior tight end Griffin McLean, who grabs the pitch and follows the blocker into the end zone for the touchdown to tie the game at 30-all. And the extra point kick was good as the Tigers escaped with a 31-30 victory. Big plays in close games continued to be the norm as we look in on the Class 7A Region 1 battle between Baldwin County rivals Foley and Fairhope in a game played last Thursday night. We pick up the highlights with this game currently tied at 7-7 and the Wolves backed up to their own 7-yard line. Quarterback Nelson Thompson, standing in his own end zone, sails a pass to receiver Perry Thompson, who gets behind the defense for a 93-yard touchdown connection to give Foley the lead. Fairhope claws back with Preston Godfrey scoring on this 8-yard run to tie the game at 14-14. Foley's all-purpose back, Colton Nero, comes up with the big play, sneaking it in from the 1. Late in the fourth quarter to give the Wolves a 21-14 lead on their way to a 21-17 victory. We thank David once again for these exciting highlights, and thank you for joining us this week on AHSAA TV Weekly. Now let's close this week's show with highlights from last week's AHSAA TV network WOTM Game of the Week between Winona and Ramsey High Schools at Legion Field.
It was two Birmingham City schools going at it in a key Class 5A Region 5 matchup under the Thursday night lights at Legion Field. Mickey Shadricks and Caleb Brooks here with you. And, Winona actually jumped out to a 7-0 lead in this game, Caleb. But then Ramsey reeled off 31 straight points, and they go on to blow out Winona tonight by a final of 65-14.
Yeah, if you were watching this saying, Ramsey, defending 5A state champs, let's see what they're about. Well, you found out what they're about tonight. They can score points, they play well on defense, and they can overcome adversity. Bad start to the football game. They were really punched in the mouth early, but after that, touchdown right there by Winona, Ramsey really picked it up and got going.
They sure did. They fell behind 7-0. Then Cameron Keenan and company really got it going. Ashton Ashford, the MVP of the 5A state championship game last year, scoring his 6th touchdown of the season right there. They scored 31 straight points after falling behind 7-0. And Cameron Keenan, what a night for this young man at quarterback. He had 3 interceptions, but he threw 4 touchdown passes. And as you mentioned several times during the game, he was unfazed. When he made a mistake, he went out there and he made up for it and just made a ton of big plays tonight.
Yeah, that's leadership, and this team fed off that. Anytime they were able to, or anytime they made a mistake, they were able to overcome it. And that's because they look at their leader and Keenan, the way he's able to bounce back after stuff and how he handles it. And so the team kind of takes that identity, and you got to see that right here in front of us tonight here with how Ramsey played.
And they got after Young. He was hit a lot tonight, and it was just a big effort. Total team win tonight for Ramsey. Put a ton of points on the Legion Field scoreboard. Their defense was solid as well, and they improved to 4-0 in Class 5A Region 5 play, still unbeaten, as Ramsey, the defending 5A state champs, appear poised to make another run at a 5A state championship. It is a cool, crisp evening in Tallapoosa County. It's great weather for football. And hey, we've got some for you tonight. Thursday Night Lights comes to you from Martin Savary Stadium at the Charles E. Bailey Sportsplex in Alexander City for the Sarah Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week, presented by Black Diamond Paving, as Benjamin Russell plays host to Pelham. We're getting down to the final laps in this Class 6A Region 3 race, and right now Helena seems to have the best car, if you will. They are undefeated in region play. Benjamin Russell, though, sitting right behind them at 2-1. Pelham a little further back in the pack at 1-2 in the region. They both have their chance to gain some ground tonight. Mickey Shadricks along with Caleb Brooks here, and thanks for tuning in to the AHSAA Game of the Week. And Caleb, this is a really great matchup between two well-established programs, both with their own reasons to want to win this region game tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Last year Pelham was able to get the win over Benjamin Russell, and it really ended up being the difference in Benjamin Russell hosting in the first round and traveling in the first round. And this year this game has some of the same implications here, and you saw it right there on the screen. A win tonight for Pelham would just swap spots with Benjamin Russell. They can move from being out of the playoffs to being in just with a win right here at the Sportsplex tonight.
A lot on the line in this one. We'll be back in just a moment with a Rob Walker Architect Blueprint to Victory as we continue live from Alexander City with the Sarah Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week, presented by Black Diamond Paving. You wanna try me? Well, here it go.
Hey, Dad. Now that school's back in session, let's give them a mattress lesson.
Okay.
Is Dover's Mattress Closeout Center a true closeout center, or is it just a name on the wall?
Kids, Dover's Mattress Closeout Center is not just a name on a building. We truly acquire and sell scuffed, discontinued, closeout mattresses and adjustable beds discounted on average 40 to 50% off.
Wow, that was better than a math lesson. But remember the slice that price.
Oh, boy.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Before the sun rises till well past midnight, Beam is here for you, working tirelessly to put your needs first, making sure our network is up and running to keep you connected. From the glow of a TV to a friendly video conference wave, and every smile, laugh, or touchdown in between, we'll always do our part to deliver a better tomorrow, morning till midnight. Your Beam, your way. Call today and we'll get to work for you.
And back live at the Sportsplex in Alexander City, one of the more unique settings for high school football you'll find anywhere in the state. As we inch our way closer to kickoff, time now for the Rob Walker Architect Blueprint to Victory. Caleb, break this one down for us.
Yeah, looking at it for Pelham, you got to win up front on both sides of the football. This is a Benjamin Russell defensive line and offensive line that has been susceptible to getting pushed back and not getting as much push as they want. So take advantage of that early. And then if you're Pelham, you have to limit Malcolm Simmons' touches. Benjamin Russell started to make it a point to get him the football over the last couple of weeks. He's committed to Auburn for a reason, so got to limit his touches. For Benjamin Russell, got to have consistency at the quarterback position. Gabe Benton is a really good player, but can be inconsistent at times. If he can find his wide receivers consistently and they can find success through the air, this offense can move the ball, and then they have to stop the run defensively. They've struggled at that at times this year. If they can stop the run tonight, force Pelham to pass the ball, do something they don't want to do, Benjamin Russell can find some success on defense.
About 66 miles separate these two schools, down 280, but they're both here at the Sportsplex tonight for a huge region matchup. We will kick things off after this timeout.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your local bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We're on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. Stop being just another number at the big bank and start being a neighbor at Southern States Bank. Let us be the bank for you.
Sylacauga, we are your hometown dealer. 3 locations: Sarah Honda, Tony Sarah Ford, and Sarah Nissan. Avoid big city prices. Shop local and save with 0% financing. 0%. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty. No charge. We even offer mobile service, or we can pick up and deliver. No charge. Lower prices. Better service. We are your hometown dealer. Sarah Honda, Tony Sarah Ford, and Sarah Nissan. Right here in Sylacauga.
And this is the Sarah Automotive AHSAA Thursday night game of the week presented by Black Diamond and Asphalt Paving. Mickey Shadricks and Caleb Brooks back live with you at the Martin Savary Stadium at the Charles E. Bailey Sportsplex in Alexander City. As you see, the Benjamin Russell Wildcats about to break through the sign. Across the way, though, their opponent this evening, the Pelham Panthers, coached by Mike Victory. Both these coaches, Caleb, in their second seasons.
Yeah, both coaches in their second season. Smitty Grider comes here from Dothan High School. He helped open up when they combined Dothan and Northridge down there, and then over here with Pelham, Coach Vickery comes in from Northridge and there in Tuscaloosa and did a great job over there, and now makes the move here to Pelham. And last year had a very good season, got into the postseason, and as we talked about in the opener, this game right here will have a lot to say about them being able to get back into the postseason this year.
As you mentioned, there is Coach Smitty Grider in his second season, 12-5 so far as the head coach of the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. A lot of tradition here in this football program. They started football back in 1922. Of course, a state championship back in 2001. And here they take the field tonight as they try to pick up their third win in a row. They're coming off victories over Smith Station in Chilton County after losing 3 weeks ago to Homewood. The game here by 20 points. They feel like they did not play well at all in that game, but have rebounded to win 2 straight. Meanwhile, for Pelham, they come in on a 2-game winning streak as well. And you know, when you look at the schedule, we talked about the region's situation at the very beginning of our telecast. But you could say on paper that it's Benjamin Russell that has the tougher schedule, especially the next couple of weeks. They've got to travel to Helena and Briarwood. two teams that Pelham have already played. Now, they lost to them, but they have already played them.
Yeah, and it's two teams that are going to want to get after Benjamin Russell. You know, Briarwood and Benjamin Russell came down to really the last play of the game last year, and they spotted it a first down, then moved it back, and some Briarwood people were upset about it. And then you're going to have a Helena team who they're hungry to get back at Benjamin Russell after what happened at the end of last season. And if Benjamin Russell can take care of business tonight, take care of business next week, it'll set up that Helena game to also be a region championship. But if they don't take care of business tonight and they were to lose next week, they could also be out of the playoffs. So this is going to be a very interesting next couple of weeks here for both of these two teams. And the winner of tonight's game really puts themselves in a very good position.
You know, we use the racing analogy at the beginning of our telecast, and just like in racing, you can pass and get to the front, or you can fall back in a hurry in no time.
Especially in those restricted plate races, you don't get in the right lane.
Here is Jake Garner kicking it off. It was Pelham winning the toss, deferring till the second half, so Benjamin Russell with the first crack at it to begin the game. It'll be a touchback, and the Wildcats will begin their first offensive series from the 25-yard line. There you see in the huddle, quarterback Gabriel Benton. He has been a mainstay at that position at Benjamin Russell now for about 3 years.
Yeah, he has. He's a third-year starter here. Started his first year as a sophomore when Coach Aubrey Blackwell was here, and then now this is, you know, like we talked about, second year with Smitty Grider, his second year really in this system that they're running here, and has thrown for over 1,100 yards this season, 14 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions.
Over 5,000 career passing yards in his career at Benjamin Russell. First play of the game, they hand it off, and not much running room at all as James Schumacher, the senior defensive lineman. Nice job on the tackle. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
And that right there, I think you see Benjamin Russell. They're trying to come out and establish this line of scrimmage early. And we were listening to the radio guys down there beside us for Benjamin Russell. They're talking about this team's gotten off to some slow starts this season, so they'd love nothing more than to try to come out here, get some points on the board early, be able to play from ahead.
Benton, his pass is complete. That is the first catch of the night for Malcolm Simmons. As Caleb mentioned, he is the young man who committed to Auburn back during the summer, with a nice job of keeping him wrapped up here by the Pelham defense.
Yeah, and they've started to try to make it a point to get him the football a little bit more. Over the first 4 weeks, didn't feel like they were getting it to him enough. And the last 2 weeks, they've gotten it to him a lot more, and you've seen the numbers over the last 2 weeks. And now it looks like Pelham going to jump off sides here as Benjamin Russell went with the hard count and got him to jump there on the clap.
Dead ball. Approach on the defense. 5-yard.
So our first penalty of the game is the dreaded pre-snap penalty that the coaches just love, don't they?
Well, it's been the talk. And
love to hate.
Early in the year, we had a ton of them in our first couple of Thursday night games.
Makes it 3rd down and 3 for the Wildcat offense. They go back to the running attack, but nowhere to go there for Wilson, as he was snowed under that time by Corey Nichols. So a couple of good plays here by 2 Panther defensive linemen, including this 3rd down play.
That's what we talked about in the opener. Pelham has to win the line of scrimmage. It's the Benjamin Russell front on both offense and defense that has not had a great year so far this year. They've not run the ball the way that they've really wanted to, and they've allowed a lot of rushing yards to teams this year as well. And so big stop there for Pelham, and should give that front some confidence going against this Benjamin Russell offensive line.
And Malcolm Simmons, an outstanding punter, by the way. Averages over 44 yards a kick, but not a good one here. And so Pelham will have very good field position after their defense gets a 3 and out and gets the ball to the offense.
Yeah, right now this is going the way Pelham wanted to start. They won the toss, they deferred, forced Benjamin Russell to receive, and then you get a 3 and out defensively, and now a chance for your offense. They only have to go half the field right here to try to take an early lead in this ball game.
And there's a big part of their offense right there. Quarterback Clayton Maines has thrown for almost 500 yards this season, or almost 1,000 yards this season, and has rushed for almost 500 yards. So he is the key cog in this Panther offense, no question. They start this series from the 48-yard line. Ben Russell shows blitz, and they come after Maines, and they get him behind the line of scrimmage. That's Ty Smith, the senior middle linebacker.
Yeah, good job right there by Ty Smith. He just saw a gap, shot it, got back there, was able to make a play. And after really good field position to get this thing started, they go 5 yards backwards, and it'll be 2nd down and 15 now coming up for the Panthers.
Benjamin Russell had the running back taken care of that time as well. That play had no chance. So aggressive 1st down play call for the Wildcats defensively. 2nd down and 15 as they get Pelham behind the chains right away. They come after them again. Maines is going to be wrapped up and fights forward for maybe a yard to the 44-yard line, but another outstanding play as Benjamin Russell coming with the run blitz on consecutive downs.
Yeah, another time that Ty Smith able to get in there and make a play, but it really looks like these first 2 plays, they're playing that mesh point perfectly and making it very hard for Maines to be able to make a decision. Was very late pulling that one out. Sometimes that can cause a fumble and miscommunication between the running back and quarterback, but after great field position, now 3rd down and 14 here for Pelham.
Let's see if the Panthers elect to go to the air for the first time tonight. Maines takes the snap, 4-man rush. He's looking, throws downfield, pass is caught right around the 1st down marker. It was caught by C.J. Tolbert. They're going to spot it about 1.5 yards short. It looked like right where he caught the ball, Caleb, he was right at the marker.
Yeah, I thought he got the 1st down. If we're going by forward progress, you see where he caught it. That's right at the marker, but they actually mark it 2 yards behind that where he went out of bounds. And tough spot there for Pelham here to get this game started, but could be 4-down territory here for the Panthers.
Pelham has gone for it on 4th down 13 times, and they converted 5 times. So here they'll go for it, or line up to go for it. 4th and 2. They do snap it, and a whistle and a flag before the play, and that's probably a blessing for Pelham because that play was going nowhere.
That's what it looked like. Benjamin Russell had that one played perfectly. Looks like they were going to get him in the backfield, but instead it's actually going to be an illegal substitution
penalty. They got 12 people out here. They got
against
12.
Pelham. Thought it may have been a motion penalty instead. Too many guys in the field, and that's going to push it back to the 49, and looks like they'll now send out the punting unit.
Yeah, that'll make it an easy decision for Coach Victory. He will punt it away here and hope to pin the Wildcats back deep inside their own territory. Malcolm Simmons will go back to return the kick, and Jake Garner, who does the kickoff, also does the punting for Pelham.
And he's a dangerous returner back there, and sometimes he can even cause a bad punt just because you're trying to do so much to keep the ball away from him.
Sideline warning issued here against Benjamin Russell. I think Simmons had a punt return last week for a touchdown.
Yeah, he did at Chilton County.
So here we go, 4th down, a punting situation for Pelham. Good snap. And a low line drive kick. Simmons will pick it up at the 8. Look at the speed. Simmons got a chance to go again.
He's
a
gone.
Punt return last week and a punt return for a touchdown tonight. The big time entertainment touchdown as Malcolm Simmons gets the home crowd up on their feet after that punt return.
He's a playmaker, and he's been doing that since his freshman year here at Benjamin Russell. And right there really wasn't a bad punt, and most punt returners are just letting that roll or are just going to fall on that ball. But he saw a crease, picked it up, hit the right gap, and big time return there for Benjamin Russell to get them on the board early.
Micah Murphy is 18 of 22 on extra point attempts, and the left footer will check in for the Mizraino Law Firm extra point to try to make it a 7-0 ball game. And the kick is good. It was a knuckleball. Didn't have much height on it, but it's
Snuck
good.
that one in.
7-0, and there's Malcolm Simmons with creating a little fireworks here early in this one with the punt return.
Yeah, you saw it right there. He knew where he wanted to go. He got the defense to follow him just a little bit, and he made one cut. Once he put his foot in the ground, there was no catching him. He was shot out of a cannon. That's what a SEC Division I athlete looks like.
By the way, we want to give a shout out to 2 special men who we understand are watching our broadcast tonight. Steve Savarese, former executive director of the AHSAA, who's co-named in this stadium, the Martin Savarese Stadium, as we mentioned earlier, watching our broadcast tonight. And also a good friend of both of ours, Rick Rhodes, who used to be on these broadcasts with me, has moved out of the area, closer to family, but he's tuning in tonight because obviously put in a lot of years supporting the Pelham High School athletic program, so he's interested in this game. So Coach Savarese and Coach Rick Rhodes watching us tonight. The Alabama Family Central kickoff from Micah Murphy is high and deep and taken at about the 1 yard line by C.J. Tolbert. And he is going to be taken down inside his own 15-yard line. Just outstanding kick coverage that time by Benjamin Russell. First man to get there was sophomore Christian Smith.
Malcolm Simmons right there, great play getting down the field. You see him right here. He just took the punt return back. And then right here, Malcolm Simmons, nobody touches him. And he's the first man to get a hold of him and then cleaned up by the rest of Benjamin Russell. A nice job right there. Like we talked about, that's a D1 athlete running down the field there, making that play. And we saw him on the punt return and then right there getting the kickoff coverage. And now after it looked like Pelham was winning the field position here early in this game, they're going to have to start this drive from their own 6.
That's how powerful special teams can be. First down inside the 10 for the Panthers. Ooh, big hit there that time by Ja'Kavion Hicks, who's a leading tackler on this Benjamin Russell defense.
Now there's a reason for it. These linebackers have played very well so far, and you see Hicks, he just shoots the gap. That's what you're taught to do. You're looking at those linemen feet, and once they go a certain direction, it's your job to shoot the gap. They've done a good job of that, both Hicks and Ty Smith tonight. Big time play there for Benjamin Russell. And Pelham, they need something positive offensively here. The only positive play so far was that completion on 3rd down.
Maines throws it up top into double coverage, and it's incomplete. Was intended for C.J. Tolbert, but again, he was well covered.
And it looked like on that play, Maines just decided, hey, we're about to just throw this ball deep and see if we can get this defense off of us a little bit. Benjamin Russell starting to creep up. They're feeling themselves right now as they've made a couple plays in the backfield. Not a bad time right there to take a chance, and now you maybe see if you can get this defense to relax a little bit, back off some, see if you can get a big 3rd down conversion here and get this offense going.
Tough spot here. 3rd and 12. From the 5. Maine standing in the end zone. Now drifts to his left. Throws over the middle. He's got Tolbert, who dropped it at the 24. Just a huge drop, because that would have been a 1st down. That would have moved the chains. Instead, you're going to be punting from your own end zone.
And that was a great throw right there by Maines as well. You see the receiver, he's kind of coming across the middle, and if he throws that out in front where he has to keep running into it, he's going to run him right into the defenders there. He threw it to the perfect spot where his wide receiver could settle in where there was open grass. Just got to be able to complete the catch there. And so a couple of mistakes here early, and that's what Coach Vickery talked to me about during the week this week when I talked with him. He said, I feel good about our group. We have to quit shooting ourselves in the foot. So far, too many men on the field when they were trying to convert a 4th down, and then right there, drop 1st down catch.
So Malcolm Simmons back there hoping to get another chance. The ball won't even get to him as it will be down at the 32-yard line. So that is where Benjamin Russell will take over on this series. Is that punt return for the touchdown not only gave Benjamin Russell the lead, but it totally flipped the field in their favor.
It's flipped everything in this ball game. I mean, if you're Pelham, you had to feel good about the start. You force a 3 and out. You only have half the field to go. And all of a sudden, you're down 7-0, and now Benjamin Russell only has to go 31 yards to extend this lead.
So Pelham in danger of falling behind 2 touchdowns here in this 1st quarter. Look of concern there by Coach Vickery pacing the sidelines. 1st down. Here they pitch it to Foster, and Foster cuts it up. Dives down to about the 26 for a gain of 5.
And I think that right there, a little bit of a credit to Coach Krager, the offensive coordinator for Benjamin Russell. That they hadn't had success running right at people this year, so you got to find ways to be able to run the football. Let your athletes get out there, run a zone, and just let your running back pick a spot, able to get 5 yards there on the first play.
Benton looks, gets rid of it quickly. Simmons catches it. And look at the speed after the catch. Simmons all the way down inside the 15-yard line, taken down by Bishop Relas. Benjamin Russell is at the green zone with that black diamond and paving first down.
You can see why Hugh Freeze is excited about Malcolm Simmons coming down to Auburn. And the day he made his announcement, he kind of gave a speech in front of everybody. You can see why right here tonight so far with the way that he's played. Pelham has got to find an answer to keep him in and not allow him to touch the football as much.
And a nice play defensively that time on Benjamin Russell's T.J. Wilson as they tackle him behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard loss on the play.
That's what we were talking about. This Benjamin Russell front has struggled this year when they try to run at people. They've got to go kind of side to side, use the zones, things like that. When they try to run at people, they just hadn't had as much success this season. Right there, Pelham able to get into the backfield. We've seen that a couple of times tonight when Benjamin Russell's tried to run this football against this Panther D.
There you see Ty Johnson, the linebacker, making the play. 2nd down and 12. Benton hands it off. And this will go inside the 10 as Wilson on the carry once again will set up a manageable 3rd down as we have a flag or a timeout. We've got a timeout on the field. 5:29 to play in the first. Ben Russell with the lead and threatening to add to that lead.
Uncle Marcus, will you tell us the story about King Boys again?
Sure. Well, it all started back in 2008.
2008?
We didn't have all the fancy toy equipment we do now, but we did have a service and a desire to help our customers. You see, kids, you must train your mind and your body to be able to help the people you call customer. When they call on us, it's showtime. Understand me. King Boys' mission is to help when people are in need. So what's our motto, children?
King Boys forever!
Bandits Bar and Grill is your stop for great food, family fun, and live music. Wednesday night is Cornhole Tournament. Thursday night, Biker Night. Don't forget about the live music too. Great steaks, full bar, awesome appetizers, wings, nachos, tacos, and fried catfish. Stop in today or give us a call at 256-369-2920. That's Bandits Bar and Grill on Fort Williams and Sylacauga.
And coming up tomorrow night on My 68, you can tune in for the Friday Night Rivals matchup as Southeastern takes on Locust Fort. 7 o'clock kickoff on My 68 tomorrow night.
Hey, that's a huge game. Locust Fort, you want to find an offense that can score some points. They can score some points up there at Locust Fort. Over 40 in every game this year.
Ben Russell looking for more points. 3rd down and 4. Benton keeps it himself, and he's going to be inside the 5. Should have the first down depending on the spot. The official is coming in. I believe they're going to spot it at the 3, which would be enough for 1st and goal.
Yeah, right there, they just used the big body of Gabe Benton, and it's kind of the first year that they've gotten more willing to run him and use his legs, and a lot of that has to do with Gabe being a lot bigger now and a lot stronger, and you see them right there, just kind of like that old Cam Newton play, the read option right back up the middle, and he got just enough for the first down, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 3 here.
And he does have good size, 6'3", 210, as you mentioned, and he used it there. 1st and goal, and we've got movement up front. Pelham says it's Benjamin Russell. Benjamin Russell says it's Pelham, and the official, all that matters is what he says.
Ball start on the offense. Still 1st down.
So it's on the offense. Back them up 5. 1st and goal from about the 8.
It's another one that'll frustrate the coaches there. A pre-snap penalty. I mean, you're only 3 yards out. You got 4 downs to get 3. Now you put yourself in a little bit bigger hole. Back to the 8.
I'll tell you, if Pelham could force a field goal attempt, it would be a huge win here. Benton looks, throws, passes, dropped. Is it intercepted in the end zone? No, the official says incomplete. It was intended for Malcolm Simmons. I couldn't tell if he got his hands on it or if Pelham got a hand in there.
Well, it looked like he threw it a little bit behind Simmons. Simmons almost one-handed this catch and kind of flipped it up into the air. And then you see right here, we can't get a great look as if that ball hit the ground or not. See if this angle gives us a better look. It hit off Simmons' hands, tipped up in the air. Still can't tell from there.
It hit the body of a Pelham player, and then I couldn't tell after that. So ruled incomplete. 2nd and goal from the 8. Here's the pitch to Simmons, trying to get around the edge. Does so inside the 5 and will be taken down just short of the goal line by Hunter Drawhorn, the junior linebacker for Pelham.
That's an impressive run from Simmons. Looked like he was going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage right here. Makes one move and then just uses his speed to get to the outside, cuts back in. Nice job by Pelham to keep him out of the end zone. But listen to this hit here. That's what you love to see. That's some football.
Another pre-snap penalty. This is going to be against the defense.
It's like Pelham may have just lined up in the neutral zone. You know, that gets tough when you get down there close to the goal line right there. You don't want to be in the end zone to start the play, but got to give that offense some room. And now this ball is basically inside of the 1.
Third down and goal. The snap to Simmons, and he's going to be pushed back. Oh, they're going to rule touchdown. Malcolm Simmons broke the plane of the goal line, according to the official, and Simmons has his second touchdown here in the first quarter.
Yeah, the second effort there from Simmons, what got him in the end zone. He was initially stopped. A unique play there from Benjamin Russell. Gabe Benton acts like the ball snapped over his head. And then you see right there, Pelham initially knocked him backwards, but he was able to gain his footing and fall forward into the end zone. And that's what you need when you have an SEC athlete the way Benjamin Russell does with Malcolm Simmons. You need him to make plays. So far here in this first quarter, he has made some plays tonight.
His second big-time entertainment touchdown of the first quarter, Malcolm Simmons. Here is Murphy on to attempt the extra point. And this one is no good, so the Vizrano Law Firm extra point is no good. Mez wins. Malcolm Simmons winning big time here in this first quarter, has given his team a 13-point lead here over the Pelham Panthers. And we'd like to take this time to remind you that if you're interested in fun for the whole family, big time entertainment in Oxford should be your next destination for fun. Over 70,000 square feet of indoor and outdoor entertainment, including one of the coolest indoor go-kart arenas you will find anywhere. Bowling, laser tag, an elevated ninja challenge course, and much more. Big time entertainment located at exit 185 right off I-20 in Oxford. And Malcolm Simmons been the story of this game with 2 big-time touchdowns, one with a punt return, one with the direct snap, Wildcat 1-yard touchdown run. It's given Ben Russell quite a good start here. You mentioned earlier they've been disappointed this year with some of their starts. Well, they can't be disappointed with this start tonight.
Yeah, no, he's put a lot of electricity into this crowd as well, and this team's got a lot of confidence right now. You can see it in them, and it's all been because of number 0 in maroon.
Murphy's kick is short, fielded by an up man at the 12-yard line. And this is Mike Grayson on the return. The Alabama Central kickoff as he returns it back to the 25. And that is where quarterback Clayton Maines and the Pelham offense will take the field. They came into this game averaging right at 24 points a game, 329 yards in total offense each game. Pretty good breakdown too, 163 yards rushing, 166 passing. So good balance so far this year for Pelham.
Yeah, but as we were talking about before we went on earlier tonight, you know, he seems to kind of be the guy that has to make this offense go. He's ran for a ton. He's obviously the passer at quarterback, and they have not been able to get his legs going so far tonight.
This is Garner. I'll tell you, it's been tough sledding this running game here early for Pelham, and maybe a yard on the play. And as Benjamin Russell seems to have every gap filled, and that time it was number 90 making the play, Kendarius Bird, a freshman.
Yeah, this defensive line for Benjamin Russell has actually played really well tonight. And Caden Hyde did a great job right there, keeping his outside shoulder free. You can't let them reach you right there. He was able to keep it free and helped out on that tackle there with Bird as well.
Maines throws it out to the right side and connects with Tristan Darden for a short gain. It's going to set up 3rd down and about 5. I tell you, a first down is just important at this point for Pelham. Try to give their defense a little bit of a breather.
Nah, got to keep the defense off the field. That was a unique looking RPO right there as well from Pelham. It's kind of just a quarterback run that if he doesn't see a hole, he's just going to flip it out there to the wide receiver. But good play that at least sets up 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and manageable here for Pelham. Their last 2 third downs were 3rd in double digits.
Maines with the fake, rolls out, got a receiver wide open, and that is Jake Garner. Had to wait on the football, but good run after the catch down to the Ben Russell 45-yard line, taken down by Aquavius Marbury. That was a great play call and great execution to move the chains.
Yeah, it's a great play design right there from the Pelham coaching staff. They fake it to the running back. They get him out of the backfield. If Maines had just taken the time to set his feet, you may have had a touchdown right there. Underthrew him, made him wait on it. That allowed the Benjamin Russell defense to get out there. But good drive now here for Pelham, and you have to feel like getting a first down maybe helps this offense relax a little bit here going forward.
Huge conversion there. Pelham coming into this game, converting at about a 41% rate on third down so far this season. That was a huge third down conversion. Maines takes a snap and goes nowhere. First Benjamin Russell player there was Jacavian Hicks again, number 6. Again, the leading tackler on this Benjamin Russell defense.
And again, he just shoots the gap. Nobody touched him, and probably wasn't what Pelham's coaching staff was looking for when they called that play. I'm sure they've probably emphasized during the week, hey, we better get somebody on number 6. And he makes them pay for it there. Tackle in the backfield again, right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 10. But the biggest thing is Panther defense finally able to take their breath a little bit and sit over there and make some adjustments.
So 2nd down and 10 as Maines takes the snap, feels the pressure, and the pass is short of the intended receiver, Jake Gardner, who might have had a chance to run a little bit there if Maines could have got it up in the air to him.
Yeah, good job by Maines to find a safety valve going out there, but Caden Hyde coming in on the blitz for Benjamin Russell and just gets right around the left tackle and able to hit Maines from the backside there, force a bad pass. And so again, 3rd down in double digits for Pelham. 3rd time out of their 4 third downs so far here in the first quarter.
And I'm not sure if they would think 4-down territory here. They might be thinking that because I don't think punting to Malcolm Simmons is a good strategy. So we'll see if they can convert here on 3rd and 10. Here comes the heat. They set up a little screen pass, and it's defended very well. Benjamin Russell's Karen Harvey wraps up the receiver, takes him down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, good job right there by Harvey, and also a good job by Caleb Spivey coming off the end. He forced that pass to be thrown probably a little bit quicker than Pelham really wanted to. You see how quickly he's coming in there. But a good job right there by Harvey to wrap him up, not let him get any yards after contact. And looks like Pelham is going to keep the offense on the field here, at least see if they can get Benjamin Russell to jump.
It's 4th and 13. And we're under a minute to play here in the first quarter. We'll see if they actually go for it. And they do. They're going to get 5 yards here as a Ben Russell defender came across the line of scrimmage.
Dead ball, encroachment on defense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So does that change the strategy here for Coach Grider, Caleb?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it does. And then I think now for Pelham, what their coaching staff was waiting on was, hey, if they don't jump, we're just going to back up and punt this. And then if they do, now we're going to take our opportunity to see if we can get 4th down and 8 here and keep this drive moving.
And a timeout called here with 15 seconds left in the first quarter as Coach Vickery gather up the offense and talk about the strategy here on 4th and 8. It gives us the chance to tell you about our strategy tomorrow night on WOTM. How about Hewitt, Trustful, and Vestavia Hills, provided by the Husky Network? That'll be on the air at 7 o'clock on WOTM and also live stream.
That's a huge football game in that region up there. Hewitt lost to Thompson, so Thompson's pretty much locked up the region. This is the earliest that they've locked it up. Normally they're having to battle it out with Hoover at the end, but that win over Hewitt last week pretty much locked it up for Thompson. These two teams are playing for who's going to be the 2 seed, who's going to be the 3 seed. And for Hewitt, they've basically been the 3 seed every year of this region. They've always been behind Hoover and behind Thompson. And we've talked about all year, hey, this is Hewitt's chance to finally possibly win this region. Well, now they can't win the region, but you do have a chance to finally host a playoff game in the first round. And big-time game, but they have to go on the road to a very good Vestavia team, Coach Robert Evans, and their only loss of the season so far is to Thompson.
Yeah, they started their year breaking a multi-year losing streak to Mountain Brook, and they are having a good season at Vestavia. So 4th and 8, Pelham lines up to go for it. They need to get it down to the 35-yard line. Maines with the fake. Got time. Now escapes the pocket. Throws it downfield. Receiver wide open at the 20, and it's caught by C.J. Tolbert. And a huge 4th down conversion is going to set up Pelham 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. The Black Diamond Asphalt Paving 1st down as Pelham is now in the Green Cove green zone for the first time tonight.
And that was just a great play by Maines. I mean, sat in the pocket about as long as he could, rolled out, found the open man, kind of threw him open as well. And huge play there for Pelham to get him in the Green Cove green zone.
And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Pelham ends the first quarter with a little bit of momentum. They'll have it 1st and goal. We begin the second quarter here on the Serra Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week, presented by Black Diamond Asphalt Paving.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Amana brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
This is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amana brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
And the AHSAA TV network and WOTM is now available on all your streaming devices, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. Search for WOTM Sports today and enjoy all the great high school sports across the state of Alabama, like games like we've got tonight. And how big was that 3rd down conversion, Caleb, then the 4th down conversion to put Pelham in this 1st and goal scoring opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, Benjamin Russell jumping off sides may end up being the biggest play of this game. It allowed Pelham to go forward on 4th and 8, and that conversion, you have to feel like a huge weight's lifted off their shoulder now that they're right here in scoring position.
Again, they get it in the end zone. Maines hands off to Garner, and Garner is wrapped up for no gain, and we call the name of Jakevian Hicks again as he had great penetration once again.
Hicks has been all over the field so far in this ball game, and right there, another good job of shooting the gap, getting into the backfield, getting his hands on them, and getting them down right there at the line of scrimmage.
You know, we saw a good middle linebacker in QB Reese for Ramsey last week, and we're seeing another good one tonight. And this young man, Jakevian Hicks, the leading tackler for Benjamin Russell, showing why here in this first half. So it's 2nd and goal from the 5 for Pelham. Maines rolls to his left, looks back to the right, throws it up, and it is incomplete, but we're going to have a pass interference penalty. It was intended for Will Felton, and the coverage was being applied that time by number 21, LaJavius Calhoun.
And I think right there, Calhoun just didn't take the time to try to spot the ball. He was jumping up when the receiver jumped up. Both of them kind of misplayed that a little bit there, and Pelham fortunately able to get the call. That's going to put it right down at about the 2.5-yard line here for the Panthers.
That was a dangerous throw by Maines, but it works out in his favor. So 1st and goal, Maines fakes, keeps, and he's in. Touchdown as Clayton Maines picks up his 7th rushing touchdown of the season, and that big-time entertainment touchdown puts Pelham on the scoreboard here early second quarter.
Big touchdown for Pelham, and it gave a lot of life to that sideline, gave a lot of life to that crowd over there. Benjamin Russell kind of punched him in the mouth early in this football game, but a huge answer for the Panthers. And Coach Vickery's got to be proud of the way his team has kind of handled the beginning of this football game. And now if you can come out and get a stop, you're right back with a chance to take the lead here as the extra point up and good by the Panthers, and makes it 13-7 now.
The Mizraino Law Firm extra point, Mez wins. So that makes it 13-7. And, you know, Caleb, you and I were just saying they just needed to get a first down to give their defense a rest, but this is what they really needed, and this is the fourth down conversion on the drive.
Yeah, great job by Maines. He stayed in the pocket as long as he could, and then finally rolls out, and Benjamin Russell just kind of lost Tolbert in coverage right there, able to get it all the way down to the 5, and then pass interference helps them get a new set of downs. And on second down, Maines able to stick it in. We kind of talked about also, not only does he have to get going throwing the ball, but he's their rushing attack as well. He leads them in rushing, and they got him going there to get him in the end zone. And they've changed this ball game. You know, football is a game, I believe in momentum. You know, you hear Gary Danielson all the time talk about he doesn't believe in momentum and things like that. Yeah, I believe in it, and you can kind of feel now some of this momentum has flipped over there to that Pelham side. And we'll see how the Benjamin Russell offense is able to come out and answer here.
Okay, Maines has been very effective when he's had time. I think that'll be a key thing to watch the rest of the game. If they can give him time, he is very good with his arm, and a very cerebral quarterback. And the Alabama Central kickoff will be a touchback, as Malcolm Simmons will not have an opportunity to return this particular kickoff. So here comes Gabe Benton and the Benjamin Russell offense that has been on the sidelines for a few minutes now after that Pelham drive.
Yeah, you know, that's another thing. People always love to talk about, hey, giving the defense a rest and letting them talk things over. But one of the biggest things, you take the offense out of rhythm a little bit when they're not on the field for a while. And so long drive, chewed up some clock there for Pelham. We'll see how the Benjamin Russell offense responds right here as they're going to come out and empty.
5 receivers on first down, and here comes pressure off the edge. Benton's pass is complete to the 23-yard line as David Lawson, first catch of the night, his 12th catch of the season, goes for 3 yards.
You see right here, Benjamin Russell just a little bit of a hitch route. Benton was kind of trying to throw it to the side where the defender couldn't make a play on it. Not bad ball placement there. Wanted probably a little bit higher, but they're going to come back and go empty again here on 2nd and 7.
And here is the handoff to Foster, and play defended well that time by the Pelham defense as Will Felton, the senior linebacker, cracking down and making the stop. So here's a big 3rd down and 7 coming up for Benjamin Russell.
Yeah, very impressive play there by Felton. He was engaged with Elijah Johnson out there on the outside, and Steele was able to just reach an arm out there and make the tackle. You see right there. Very impressive play. Johnson even kind of had good body position on him as well.
Credit Charles Bewley, the sophomore linebacker, getting good penetration. 3rd and 7. Benton's pass is a bullet over the middle, and it's caught for a Black Diamond asphalt paving first down. That is Cedarian Morgan with his 18th catch of the season.
Yeah, Cedarian Morgan, really good athlete, a guy that could potentially be a top 10, top 20 player here in the state by his senior year. And he's been playing since his 8th grade year. Played on basketball team as an 8th grader a couple of years ago. He played a lot last year, was dealing with a foot injury. Now they've got him healthy, starting to get him the football.
6'4", 225 pounds, too. This running play goes nowhere as T.J. Wilson is stopped right at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
That's just another example. This Benjamin Russell front has not been able to move Pelham very consistently so far tonight. They've had a couple of decent runs in between the tackles, but most of their success has had to come from the outside just because they can't get enough push right there in the middle.
Big series here for both of these teams after the Pelham touchdown a moment ago. 2nd and 10. Benjamin Russell's already converted on 1 3rd and long. 2nd and 10 here. Benton keeps it and will be taken down from behind on a fine play by Pelham's James Schumacher. 2nd time we've called the senior defensive lineman's name tonight here in the first half.
And I couldn't tell, but it looked like they were trying to run kind of a similar RPO to what we saw Pelham run earlier, just running it over here to the opposite side. And Benton looked a little indecisive as he approached the line of scrimmage there, ends up getting hawked down from behind, sets up another 3rd and long here for the Wildcats.
They converted on 3rd and 7 a moment ago. 3rd and 10 here from their own 44. Benton with time. Now he escapes the pocket. Passes away, pass is caught. It is another 1st down at the 35. We do have a flag on the play. This is Malcolm Simmons electrifying the crowd once again. But we've got to check the penalty before we say with certainty it's a 1st down.
Yeah, Benton was about a yard and a half past the line of scrimmage there when he threw that football. That's what they're going to get him for, is an illegal forward pass. So not only is it going to bring it all the way back, they'll lose a down as well here and end up having to punt this football away.
I think they also missed a pretty blatant hole there, too.
Coming off the right side over there.
So what's going to basically result in a big stop here for Pelham because of the penalty. Tell you, when Simmons gets the ball, did you see the yeah, he's clearly across. Say when number 0 for Benjamin Russell gets the football, it's
you better watch out.
Yes, edge of your seat.
If you're an Auburn Tiger fan, you better be excited about what's coming your way with Malcolm Simmons.
So here's a punt. Speaking of Simmons, he does the punting duties. Very good punter. And this kick will be taken by Tolbert at the 24. Reverses field and will pick up about a 4-yard return to the 26. So Pelham gets the stop, and they get the ball back with some momentum. With my apologies to Gary Danielson, there's clearly momentum with Pelham right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And need to put together another good drive here. Didn't keep the ball very long if you're Benjamin Russell. Now your defense right back out on the field, so maybe you have them worn down a little bit. Got to take advantage of it at this point in the ball game. And if you can go on another long drive, score late in the half here, Pelham will get the ball to start the second half as well, and they could really flip this game around very quickly here in the second quarter.
That's a good point. They did win the toss and deferred, so this is a huge drive here for Benjamin Russell's defense. And here's the handoff to Khalid Porter, his 2nd carry of the night. Again, not much. Only picked up about a yard on his 1st carry and only gets a yard here.
Yeah, good job by Noah Long to initially get back there, make the initial contact, and then coming over and finishing up the play was Kari Stone, the junior outside linebacker. And another play where Pelham doesn't really get anywhere, and they put themselves in a 2nd and long, 3rd and long situation here.
Interesting formation here for Pelham. Maines takes the snap and then just runs it right back up the middle. And you can see why he is such a good runner as he bulls his way up near the 1st down marker. As Clayton Maines came into the game averaging 8.5 yards a carry, and that's about what he picked up on that play.
Yeah, he just lowered his head and said, I'm going to out-tough you to that 1st down marker, and that's exactly what he did. See him run through the freshman Caleb Spivey right there, and then able to gain about 5-6 more yards after contact. And they're going to say it's enough for the 1st down.
Well, the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving 1st down for Clayton Maines, as he did pick up about 8.5 yards on that play. Out to the 36. And here is the handoff to Porter. And Porter spun down again after a short gain. Tackle made that time by Caden Hyde. You know, Pelham is really struggling to get anything, any production at all on 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, that's the down they're struggling on. They've been moving it fine 2nd and 3rd down, but so far 1st down has been a killer for them. It's put them in a tough spot. And they've kind of managed to get out of a couple of those and even got a 4th down and 8 on that last drive. But if they could start finding some success on 1st down, it's going to be hard for this Benjamin Russell defense to stop them.
Already under 6 minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter. Maines looks, throws over the middle, pass is caught. It's a short gain to the 40. Good job there by C.J. Tolbert holding on to the football as he took a shot from Noah Long.
Yeah, good job right there, though, by Maines to kind of get his feet set, be able to throw that ball over the middle.
And this is going to take us to a timeout.
You see the replay there on the short gain. It's going to be
3rd down and 7 on the other side of the timeout. It's a 13-7 lead for Ben Russell here at home.
Bonus. Get a new 55-inch 4K TV. Now at Sarah Nissan. 3 locations. Buy or lease any new Sarah Nissan and get a new 55-inch 4K TV, no charge. Event pricing on every new Nissan. 0% financing for 60 months and make 0 payments till next year. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. So come get your bonus at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga. Plus, Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
I was in a car accident. My front tooth cracked. I'm definitely embarrassed to smile. I got mini dental implants. It changed my life because it made me feel like me. Like I can smile and feel like Ashley. I just want to say thank you.
You can be you again with Mini Dental Implants. I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
I'm more than happy. I'm ecstatic.
So a big 3rd and 7 facing Coach Vickery's offense here from their own 40-yard line. And out of the Wildcat, here's a little trickery here. Maines throws downfield, and the pass is broken up at the 23-yard line. Good coverage back there by Benjamin Russell's LaJavius Calhoun. Pass intended for Joseph Hampton. Excuse me, Caleb.
No, I mean, they really played that play well. I mean, you see right here, they hit Maines as soon as he got the ball. It was a really good throw by Maines, but good job by LaJavius Calhoun to get back there, get his hands up there, make it a tough play for Pelham, unable to haul it in. And so now we're going to have to punt this ball away, and I would advise keeping it away from number 0.
Well, Malcolm Simmons is back there, as is Christopher Wyckoff, number 1. There you see him, and Jake Garner will try to kick it away from number 0, and he does. It hits at the 32 and will take a roll, picked up by Wyckoff, and he steps out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So Benjamin Russell takes over after their defense comes up with the 3rd down stop. Here's a look at our remaining games coming up on the Sarah Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week presented by Black Diamond Paving. Caleb, I know you're looking forward to the next week matchup down in 1A Maplesville and Loachapoka.
Yeah, should be a really interesting game there. I'm looking forward to seeing Loachapoka's team. You know, I did that story earlier in the year on them and Notasulga, and they've continued to roll this season. They're in the top 10 there in 1A, and that should be a fun game there. And then Dora and Oak Grove will be a great one, in Gardendale and Hueytown playing each other right there before the postseason.
And first down running play goes nowhere thanks to Hunter Drawhorn, the junior linebacker, as he wrapped up TJ Wilson. Play actually loses a yard.
And right there, Wilson probably would have been better served trying to keep that one inside, following his blockers. He had a little bit of a hole there. Instead, he kicks it out to the outside. A good play there by Pelham to be able to corral him, get him down behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of tackles for losses on both sides of the ball so far here in this game.
2nd down and 11. Benton with the fake. Throw is complete over the middle. Same play they ran a moment ago. Simmons has got it in the open field. And look at the speed. They will not catch him. It's going to be another big-time entertainment touchdown for Malcolm Simmons.
Yeah, it looked to me like they caught Pelham in zone right there, and they ran a slant route with Simmons over the middle, and nobody stayed with number 0. I would not advise that. If he's able to catch it in open field, make one move, and you're not going to catch him once he's able to get ahead of steam going towards the end zone. Great throw there by Gabe Benton. He's starting to get better and better at quarterback for the Wildcats, and big answer from the offense. They needed that after, like we talked about, it really felt like Pelham was starting to pull that momentum on their side.
Wow, that's all you can say. Number 0 has outscored Pelham tonight. 3 touchdowns to 1 touchdown. Murphy with the extra point. The Mezrano Law Firm extra point is no good. Mezrano Law Firm, Mez wins. So the score will remain 19-7 as we get another look at the play. First of all, Benton, great play fake, pass right on the money. Then just check out the wheels on this kid.
I mean, look at the strides. I mean, those are long strides. And right here, once he got going, they weren't catching him. 3 touchdowns already here in the first half for Malcolm Simmons. What a game.
Again, he committed to Auburn over the summer, and he had some really, as you can imagine, had some really top offers on the table. And decided to stay relatively close to home. If you're familiar with this area, obviously Auburn only about, what, 30 minutes down 280 from Benjamin Russell. And you got to think Malcolm Simmons in a Hugh Freeze type of offense could be a very nice fit.
No doubt about it. I think he fits that offense perfect. And you see the dangers he has getting out in space, and that speed will play at the next level. There's no doubt about it there. And he's done a good job so far in this ball game. And if you're Pelham, got to find a way to keep number 0 from touching the football as much on offense.
Fair catch call on the Alabama Family Central kickoff. So Pelham will take back over as they're down 2 scores again. And we'd like to thank our friends at Black Diamond Asphalt Paving for their support of the AHSAA Game of the Week. Black Diamond Asphalt Paving, parking lots, driveways, highway and street construction and repair, excavating and hauling, and much more, thanks to Chuck and Nikki Hollis at Black Diamond Asphalt Paving. So big series here now for Clayton Maines and the offense. They grab some momentum, but then Malcolm Simmons takes it right back for Benjamin Russell. Maines under pressure. Just has to take off and leave the pocket and turn a sack into a gain of at least a yard.
Yeah, he did a good job right there. He had pressure immediately after they play action to start it. Benjamin Russell, they've been flying off the edges. They must have seen something on film where they felt good about being able to attack these tackles for Pelham. They've been coming off the edges a lot here tonight. And so able to get in the backfield, force him to have to tuck it, and did good just to get a little bit of positivity. But again, another first down play where they just can't seem to get anything going.
And Maines has been very effective when he's had time. That has obviously been the issue. Benjamin Russell's really been putting the heat on him. 2nd down and 9. They move him around in the pocket again. Maines' pass is caught. Nice job there. The short pass to Marcus Arnold, and then Arnold with good yardage after the catch for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down.
You know, it's really interesting. A lot of quarterbacks are taught not to throw back across your body, but those have really kind of been some of the most successful plays for Pelham so far tonight when they roll Maines to his left and have a wide receiver coming back across, go in the opposite direction. They've been able to find Talbert a few times now, and big first down there for Pelham. They needed that.
First down at the 38. Maines, little option pitch out on the edge, and that is Mike Grayson with a, all things considered, that's a pretty good gain on first down for Pelham, the way things have been going this first half.
One of the best first down plays they've had so far tonight. Now sets it up 2nd down and 6 coming up here for the Panthers. A little triple option action there. Benjamin Russell had it played well, but by the time they got out there, Pelham already able to gain 4 or 5 yards.
Under 3 minutes to play first half. Benjamin Russell coming after Maines here. Got a flag thrown, and the pass over the middle incomplete, intended for Mike Grayson, and defended well by Kendrick Bird, but we're going to have a holding call against Pelham.
Yeah, right there, the left tackle just grabbed the player for Benjamin Russell coming off the edge, slung him to the ground, and now looks like Benjamin Russell has an injury back here in the back. Not sure what ended up happening here, but it looks like that's Ty Smith who made the first play of this ball game, and I think he may have been the one in coverage and may have come down on his ankle awkwardly. It actually looks like that's Lorenzo Crawford, number 12, that's down on the ground.
And you saw him there instructing the trainer to check out the left leg, and that's what they're doing now. So our first injury of the game. We mentioned in our open, it is a cool night here, a very crisp, cool evening. At kickoff, the temperature was in the low 60s, and not going to cool off too much more, but a little bit of breeze inside Martin Savary Stadium tonight.
That's what I've been waiting on. I mean, this feels like football. You know, I mean, it's a lot better than that. First part of the year, we were bumping games back to 8 o'clock because of how hot it was, and Now this is what it's supposed to feel like during football season.
Well, this young man right here has been the difference in this game. This is the first score of the game as Malcolm Simmons took the punt, and for the second straight week takes a punt back for a touchdown. And then Caleb, you see lights up the scoreboard again here.
And they find him here for the slant route over the middle, and you just see how dangerous he is in the open field. If you're just tuning in and don't know, he's at Auburn University next year, and there's a good reason why. You got to see on just those 2 plays. He had another touchdown earlier where they snapped it directly to him at the goal line, and he was stopped initially, but that second effort got him into the end zone. And he's been the guy tonight for Benjamin Russell, and he is the reason why they are in front 19-7 right now.
So you saw the injured player Crawford being helped off the field. So it's 2nd down and 17 after the holding penalty. Benjamin Russell rushes 3, passes too high. It was intended for Tolbert again, so here comes a 3rd and long for Pelham.
And right there, Quavius Marbury had a chance to come in and make an interception right there, but he was going in to make a play on Tolbert, because we've seen Tolbert haul in a couple of those plays over the middle so far tonight. But another example of Pelham just putting themselves in a hole. This is about the 5th or 6th time tonight that they've had a 3rd down in double digits to have to get.
So 3rd down and 17. Maines looks downfield, goes to the underneath receiver, and it's dropped by Marcus Arnold.
That's a 1st down as well. I mean,
that's 2 drops tonight for Pelham.
That's what, I said it earlier, Coach Vickery, the one thing that he said about his group when I talked to him about his team, he said, look, I like these guys. They've got to quit shooting themselves in the foot. They've got to quit hurting themselves. Pre-snap penalties, drops, not blocking the right guy, not understanding the right assignment. And we've kind of seen that so far from them tonight. They've put themselves in a hole a few times to have to get 3rd and longs, and then when they've given themselves a chance to make the play, they haven't been able to come up with the catch.
So there's Jake Garner set to punt it away. High kick that will hit at the 35, and Malcolm Simmons will back away, and it'll be down at the 26. So Benjamin Russell gets the ball back with some time, 2:17 to play here in the first half. King Boys Towing and Recovery helping us out again this week on the AHSAA TV Network Game of the Week, as they assist us moving around each and every week and providing the outstanding camera angles that we have for you every Thursday night. King Boys Towing and Recovery.
And you want to know how worried Pelham is about Malcolm Simmons. That ball was going to keep rolling maybe a few more yards, and they were so worried about him coming up and possibly picking it up, they went ahead and touched it themselves to kill it.
Made a little pitch ahead to Morgan. Flag comes in the secondary. Morgan gained about 5 yards, but we will check penalty. Again, it was thrown in the secondary.
– 12 players in the field for Pelham.
At the end of
this is a huge series here for Pelham's defense. If Benjamin Russell scores before halftime, it's going to be huge. They can keep the game here at 19-7 at halftime. I think they would feel good about their chances getting the second half kickoff.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you got to keep them off the board. You go into halftime down 19, 20 points, and you feel a lot different than you do with it being a 2-possession game and you knowing, hey, we're getting the ball to start the second half, and we can cut into this lead pretty quickly.
Benton dropping back to throw on 1st and 5. Still looking downfield. Goes deep. Pass is caught at the 30-yard line. Cedarian Morgan got behind the defender and held on for a huge Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down.
That's just a great job by Gabe Benton, moving his feet, continuing to look to throw the football, and then you see the arm strength right there. Great looking pass to Cedarian Morgan coming across the field. Good concentration there by Morgan as well to haul that in with a hand in his face, and a big play there for Benjamin Russell to put them in scoring position.
19th catch of the year for Morgan. And here's a big play by the Pelham defense, is they will get to Benton behind the line of scrimmage for their first sack of the night. They had a host of Panther defenders there.
Right when I was about to brag on this Benjamin Russell offensive line a little bit for their pass blocking, they allow about 3 players to get by there, and it looked like maybe been some miscommunication. Half the line was rolling out with Benton, the other half kind of stayed put, and they found a couple of gaps to get through and push Benjamin Russell now back past behind the 35-yard line here, 2nd down and 17.
Benton standing in there, feeling the pressure, and going to be sacked again. Back-to-back sacks for this Pelham defense. Jacob Armstead, the sophomore defensive lineman, you'll see him come in and stay with it and get Benton down low, and then he had some help from his teammate there, James Schumacher.
And right there, that was just, Benton was a little late deciding to pull that one down and tuck it. Had he tucked it a little sooner, he had a crease over there to the right side, but decided just a little too late, and that allowed this Pelham defense to swarm him. And so, big answer from the Pelham defense right there is they could have easily just laid down and said, hey, look, we're struggling to stop this team, but this defensive line's coming up with 2 big plays, 2 big sacks here to push Benjamin Russell back.
It's 3rd and 26. Pitch it back to Benton, under pressure again, and this pass will sail out of bounds. So again, Pelham figured something out up front. That is almost got their 3rd sack in a row on that down.
And the big deal there for Benjamin Russell, you throw the ball, you don't force Pelham to use a timeout here before halftime, and so you have a bad punt here or a big return by Pelham, and they're going to have a chance for 2 or 3 plays here before halftime to see if they can maybe get in field goal range and cut into this lead before getting the ball to start the 2nd half.
So a huge stop for Pelham to keep the score right where it is late here in the 1st half. And there you see Kassan Griffin going back to receive the punt from Malcolm Simmons. And Simmons off the side of his foot, but the official throws the flag and blows the play dead.
Dead ball. I'll start. On the offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So a 5-yard penalty called on 4th and 26 with 23 seconds to go.
It wasn't the prettiest throw, but
that'll back them up 5. Braves just hit a home run.
Gotta love that. They need this one tonight. Big stop by the Pelham defense. I mean, Benjamin Russell got down to the 30 and just went backwards the whole time. And then big punt here from Malcolm Simmons. Can they down it inside the 5? And wow.
Yes, they can. Outstanding job there on the back end of that play. It's Ben Russell. You see the young man there. Malcolm Simmons with the punt, and then we'll see who it is. Number 9 making the great play there. That's Aquavius Marbury.
Big time play there by Marbury. That's stuff you see on Saturdays and Sundays, keeping the ball out of the end zone, and now puts Pelham in a tough spot because they would like to just take a knee here before halftime and run this clock out, but they're all the way backed up to the end zone here.
Got something special coming at halftime. Won't you go ahead and give our the viewers a little tease what's coming up?
Yeah, we'll be talking with Brett Pritchard from right here in Alexander City and talking about a lot of the new things going on here at Benjamin Russell, the sportsplex that we're in, the new school that is being built right here up the road here in Alexander City as well. And so look forward to talking with Brett Pritchard about that coming up here at halftime.
On the King's Mattress Outlet of Sylacauga halftime. Coming your way momentarily. And that will take us to halftime. Class 6A Region 3 in focus tonight here at Martin Savary Stadium. And Benjamin Russell takes a 19-7 lead into the locker room. We will continue with halftime from Alexander City. You're watching the Serra Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week presented by Black Diamond Paving.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Shop with confidence at King's Mattress Gallery. Newly stocked signature sectionals and recliners for any size room. Mega Motion and signature lift chairs. Sealy Hybrid Duo Chill mattresses for a cool night's sleep. Temper Ergo smart bases that respond to snoring automatically. Visit King's Mattress Gallery today.
Family owned and operated since 1994.
Proudly serving in Sylacauga and surrounding areas.
Ugh, I need the King Boys.
Don't call two clowns in a tow truck when you're dreaming of them King Boys.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
Sylacauga, we are your hometown dealer. 3 locations: Sarah Honda, Tony Sarah Ford, and Sarah Nissan. Avoid big city prices. Shop local and save with 0% financing. 0%. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. We even offer mobile service, or we can pick up and deliver. No charge. Lower prices. Better service. We are your hometown dealer. Sarah Honda, Tony Sarah Ford, and Sarah Nissan. Right here in Sylacauga.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, to your King's Mattress halftime show here. Halftime of Benjamin Russell and Pelham on your Thursday night Sarah Automotive game of the week. Benjamin Russell leading Pelham 19-7 here at halftime. And I'm now pleased to be joined by Brett Pritchard, who is the play-by-play announcer for Benjamin Russell on the radio each and every week, and then also has been the guy that's been a part of a lot of big projects that are now going on around Alexander City, around this school system. And a big announcement here recently, a new school is going to be built right here at the Sportsplex in Alexander City.
Yeah, excited about it, Caleb. But first of all, welcome home. Caleb Brooks played on this field, everybody, by the way, and had the pleasure of calling you during some really good years here under Coach Danny Horn. And so glad to have you back here and calling the game tonight. But you're right, Caleb, it's been a long time coming here in Alexander City. Beautiful brand new school here in about 24 months, just right down here inside the Sportplex facility. And for the first time in mine and your lifetime, it'll feel like we have a true campus, and all of our athletic facilities will be right here by the school. And again, we've been blessed in this community to have a good school system for a long time, but this was much needed. A brand new high school, a brand new facility, and I know brick and mortar doesn't make who you are, but it's nice to provide the best opportunities for your students.
Talk about the Sportsplex a little bit. We've mentioned it a few times. Martin Savarese Stadium right here at the Sportsplex, named after Coach Willie Carl Martin, who won a state championship here back in 2001 with Benjamin Russell, and then Coach Steve Savarese, who really kind of got the ball rolling in the right direction to build up to winning that state championship and leading to a bunch of state championship appearances back there in the early 2000s.
Those two names are synonymous with high school football here in the state, and as you saw that on the graphic there, Coach Savarese came here in the mid-'80s and really took Benjamin Russell to another level and got them back to prominence, and was here for, 11, 12 years and really calls this place home. And, Coach Savarese is near and dear to my heart and your heart and Randy's heart, and it's done so much for this community. And, we lost a patron here in Alex City this past week, somebody was Benjamin Russell football, and Coach Savarese came back and delivered the remarks there at the funeral right here at the stadium for Johnny Noland. And, you know, Coach Savarese has always told me, you know, he said Alexander City is where I raised my kids, and this is home to me. And, you know, very fitting for his name to don this stadium along with Coach Willie Carl Martin, who won a state championship back in 2001 here. And just two really good people and two Hall of Fame coaches. And, of course, you know, Coach Savarese went on to be the executive director here for the HSA for a lot of years and just recently retired. So proud for him to finally kick back and enjoy some fishing down there on the coast and all that. But two great people. You know, Benjamin Russell's been blessed to have a string of really good coaches here, a lot of Hall of Fame coaches.
Yeah, no, I mean, Coach Savarese, Willie Carl Martin, Phil Lazenby,
Danny Horn,
and what he's doing right now. It's been special here. So, Brett, really appreciate you taking the time to join us here at halftime. And, you know, coming up here, we're about to have a package showing the dedication of this stadium to Coach Savarese, Coach Willie Carl Martin, when Benjamin Russell dedicated this place to them, named the stadium after them, very deservedly so. And so we'll have that package here coming up for you and show you a little bit about this stadium being named and what that day was like here for Benjamin Russell.
Well, I appreciate all of you being here, and I'd like to thank God for this opportunity to come here tonight to stand before you to tell you how much I appreciate all of you here and the kindness of your heart, the city councilman, the mayor, the school system, you as fans, and most certainly our players. The players are the reason that we are where we are today. You cannot do it alone. A man is not an island. He cannot do it by himself. You need other people to help you to succeed. I had a great journey being a player and a coach for many, many years. I had the opportunity to start my career at Laura High School in 1969, 50-year class reunion, Laura High School. Thank you. I had the opportunity to play in a lot of arenas, from Pasadena, California, to Montreal, Canada, to Miami, Florida, to New Orleans, Louisiana, to Atlanta. And I tell you, winning championship, being an all-pro player, has nothing can compare to being named a member of the stadium here tonight. Thank you. I love my family. I have my family here tonight. I have my mother-in-law who is 91 years young, and I bless the Lord for her. And my children are here with me, family and friends. If I can say one thing in closing, we love you, and I'll never forget you. And the reason we're here today is because of you, not me. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so very much for this honor being bestowed upon us tonight. And I say us because I have the distinct honor to have my name placed beside my good friend, Willie Carl Martin. Now, he won't tell you I really raised him while he was here, and I helped him all the time. But the greatest part is everything that we did in this community was together for the love of our student athletes in this community. To say that we ever gave to this community what we received would be an understatement. This community gave our family more than we could ever expect. Our children were raised here, and that's why they have such a strong foundation. So on behalf of our entire family, I thank you so very much for this wonderful honor to say we love this community, we love all of you. Thank you very, very much, and God bless you all.
So you see it, the dedication a few years ago here at Martin Savarese Stadium, dedicating it to Willie Carl Martin, Steve Savarese, and that was a special day, Brett, here at Alexander City, and for everybody that was involved, because you not only had two great coaches getting the stadium dedicated to them that day, but then Danny Horn, who spent a decade here as well, got his 300th win against Benjamin Russell that night also.
Just Wildcat Day all the way around. I mean, you know, and And Coach Danny Horn, tremendous coach, won 8 state championships, played for several more. To be there on the sideline, too, that night, and 3 Hall of Fame coaches on the field at the same time. But you're right. Can't think of a better honor than those 2 men and what they dedicated to this community for so many years. And, Coach Savarese and Coach Martin is just tremendous guys. And I learned a lot from them growing up and going through Benjamin Russell High School, and appreciate all that they've done. And I know Coach Savarese kicked back watching this broadcast. And there's where he's watching the football game tonight. And I know he's smiling because the Wildcats are up 19-7. And you can see all his accolades and all his trophies and stuff. And, just a great, great man. So thankful for everything he's done for the city of Alexander City and for this state as executive director of the HSA.
No doubt about it. Well, Brett, really appreciate you taking the time to join us here at halftime. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have some more action here of halftime here at your game of the week with Benjamin Russell leading 19-7.
Wow, Dad, these prices sure are low.
Wow, the temperature outside sure is high.
Well, at least Dad keeps the prices in here low.
Yeah, Dad, how are you able to do that?
Son, on average, Dover's Mattress Closeout Center is able to sell mattresses at least 40% off. We buy liquidations, closeouts, and so much more discounted, and we're able to sell them to our customers for at least 40% off.
Make sure to come visit us at our 4 locations.
Yeah, and Dad, remember to slice that price.
Oh, boy.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Alabama. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the AHSAA.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
And we're back with you on the Serra Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week presented by Black Diamond Paving. It is time now for our Holtzford highlights.
We open Week 6 highlights this week with a clip turned in from Week 5 after our show had been completed. But we just had to go back and show you this 99-yard touchdown pass, and we thank Pleasant Grove coach Daryl LeBeau for sharing the play with us. Pleasant Grove quarterback Eric Hanley takes the snap, followed by a Parker punt that rolled dead to the 1-yard line and hurled a pass to wide receiver Clarence Taylor, who got past his defender quickly and hauled in a catch at the 25-yard line and then dashed the remaining 75 yards for a touchdown. The 99-yard play, which ties the AHSAA record, is incredible. Let's take a look at it again from the end zone camera from the Pleasant Grove School production team. The touchdown proved to be the difference in Pleasant Grove's 22-21 win over the previously unbeaten Thundering Herd. We move to last week's action with a first look at the Class 7A Region 2 thriller at Opelika between the host Bulldogs and arch rival Auburn. Opelika looked to be taking control in the second quarter with this touchdown pass from Roman Gagliano to Jordan Tolbert to give the Bulldogs a 17-7 lead. Now up 23-17, Calvin Hughley finds a lane through the Tigers' defense and goes 40 yards for the touchdown as Opelika extends its lead to 30-17. Auburn wasn't done, however. The comeback got underway with sophomore running back Omar Mabson finding the end zone on this run to cut the lead to 30-24. And then with 30 seconds remaining, Auburn quarterback Henry Allen rolls to his right and finds senior tight end Griffin McLean, who grabs the pitch and follows the blocker into the end zone for the touchdown to tie the game at 30-all. And the extra point kick was good as the Tigers escaped with a 31-30 victory. Big plays in close games continued to be the norm as we look in on the Class 7A Region 1 battle between Baldwin County rivals Foley and Fairhope in a game played last Thursday night. We pick up the highlights with this game currently tied at 7-7 and the Wolves backed up to their own 7-yard line. Quarterback Nelson Thompson, standing in his own end zone, sails a pass to receiver Perry Thompson, who gets behind the defense for a 93-yard touchdown connection to give Foley the lead. Fairhope claws back with Preston Godfrey scoring on this 8-yard run to tie the game at 14-14. Foley's all-purpose back, Colton Nero, comes up with the big play, sneaking it in from the 1 late in the fourth quarter to give the Wolves a 21-14 lead on their way to a 21-17 victory.
You deserve a bonus. Get a new 55-inch 4K TV now at Sarah Nissan. 3 locations. Buy or lease any new Sarah Nissan and get a new 55-inch 4K TV, no charge. Event pricing on every new Nissan. 0% financing for 60 months and make 0 payments till next year. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. So come get your bonus at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga. Plus, Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
Mr. President, Bessemer Superhighway is backed up. What are we going to do?
Are you serious? Get me the King Boys.
King Boys Towing is the fastest growing tow and recovery company in Birmingham and surrounding areas for one reason. Our customers are our top priority. Whether your car has been in an accident, is stuck in the driveway and won't start, or you just need a tow to your preferred repair shop, give us a call. Our fleet of flatbed tow trucks will provide courteous and fast service. King Boys Towing, 205-428-3235.
And we are back at Martin Savary Stadium here at the Charles E. Bailey Sportsplex in Alexander City at halftime of the Sarah Automotive AHSAA Thursday night game of the week presented by Black Diamond Paving. Class 6A Region 3, big matchup tonight. Benjamin Russell with a 19-7 lead here at intermission. Mickey Shadricks and Caleb Brooks back with you, and it was the Malcolm Simmons show for Benjamin Russell in that first half. I mean, he scored all 3 touchdowns for the Wildcats, really got him going with the big punt return.
Yeah, no doubt, and I'll tell you, one of the plays that's lost and all that is he had the punt return for a touchdown, then went down and got the kickoff coverage tackle
Yes.
right there inside the 10 that really pushed Pelham back and allowed Benjamin Russell to gain a lot of momentum. And he was the guy in the first half. He is the reason why Benjamin Russell is in front 19-7. And you can see right here, he got it started with this punt return.
This was the punt return that put the first points on the scoreboard. Then this was a little Wildcat action. He scored from a yard out. This was his second touchdown. And then this was a big play here as Maines and Pelham got going offensively at a key point in the game, and Maines was able to take it in for a 7-yard touchdown. This cut the lead to 13-7, but then it was more of number 0.
Yeah, right here, they just left him wide open across the middle of the field. He takes a slant route, makes one move, and outruns him into the end zone for a touchdown.
Pelham will get the ball to start the second half. It'll be a key drive for them. We'll continue live from the Sportsplex in Alexander City.
You think this is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Yeah, Manor brand air conditioners are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA.
Sylacauga, we are your hometown dealer. 3 locations: Sarah Honda, Tony Sarah Ford, and Sarah Nissan. Avoid big city prices. Shop local and save with 0% financing. 0%. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. We even offer mobile service, or we can pick up and deliver. No charge. Lower prices. Better service. We are your hometown dealer. Sarah Honda, Tony Sarah Ford, and Sarah Nissan. Right here in Sylacauga.
This is just a gray metal box, right? Let's get a little closer. Closer. Amanda brand gas furnaces are designed, engineered, and assembled in the USA. So this baby is true red, white, and blue.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Alabama, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
I was in a car accident. My front tooth cracked. I'm definitely embarrassed to smile. I got mini dental implants. It changed my life because it made me feel like me. Like I can smile and feel like Ashley. I just want to say thank you.
You can be you again with Mini Dental Implants. I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
I'm more than happy. I'm ecstatic.
And we're getting set for the second half kickoff here at Martin Savary Stadium at the Sportsplex in Alex City. Benjamin Russell with a 19-7 lead at halftime. As we mentioned, going to break, Pelham will receive the second half kickoff, and it will be a key possession for the Panthers if they want to stay in this football game in this key Region 3 race out of Class 6A. And I think, as you and I talked about in the first half, if they can find a way to protect their quarterback Clayton Maines in the second half and give him some time, they've been able to get some receivers open. They've had a couple of really key drops in the first half that hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, they basically dropped 2 first downs on third downs that they could have converted and could have extended some drives and would be a difference in this ball game, because when you drop a third down, not only do you not get the first down, but then you have to punt the ball away, and number 0 is going to touch the ball for Benjamin Russell. So it's kind of a double whammy there for them. If they can keep Maines protected back there, give him some time. He's made some good throws. I think another big thing, though, Mickey, here in the second half, they've got to start figuring out how to get Maines to use his legs a little bit more. When he has decided to run the football and just tucked it and gone, he's been able to gain a lot of yardage. We saw him run one time, just run right through the defense of Benjamin Russell. And so I think that may be something that you see Coach Vickery and his staff adjust with here in the second half, is getting him going a little bit more with his legs, running in between the tackles and just letting him lower his shoulder and run through some people.
Yeah, because he's been their most effective rusher, which has been the case most of the season, and they've got to do something to kind of make Benjamin Russell rethink just, coming after him with the blitz on every play and keep the defense honest a little bit if Maines can run the football. Hey, we want to tell you about Bandits Bar and Grill. They are open Wednesday through Saturday, and they have an outstanding menu. Caleb, you and I have had the privilege of trying several of their items on their menu, and it is outstanding. Bandits Bar and Grill.
Yeah, it's a great place, great atmosphere there as well. If you're around the Sylacauga area and looking for somewhere to go hang out, looking for some live music, cornhole, pool, any of that type of stuff, look to Bandits. And then on top of the great atmosphere and all the stuff you have to do, you have some good food to eat as well.
So Coach Vickery's team will get the football to begin the second half. Already down 19-7.
Yeah, it's a big possession coming up here for Pelham. To me, you can't afford to come out, go 3 and out, or not have the ball for very long, give it right back to Benjamin Russell and let them go do something on offense. You need a big drive here that kind of flips the momentum back on your side and builds a lot of confidence in your team here to start the second half.
And here we go with the Alabama Family Central kickoff. A very short kick fielded at the 26-yard line by Khalid Porter. And Porter with a good return. Good blocking over there. I don't see any flags, so it looks like the return will stand, and Pelham will start this series from right around midfield.
I think that was something that they may have talked about at halftime. We saw earlier Benjamin Russell did a pooch kick like that, and they fair caught it right at about the 21-yard line. It looked like this time they got a different guy back there to receive it and then kind of told him, hey, when you catch it, take off towards our sideline. And they may have noticed something with how Benjamin Russell defended the last one, found a gap over there, and they started at the 48 to start the first half after that punt, and now they get to start this one at the 48 here to open up the second half.
So Pelham getting the big special teams play to begin the second half. Let's see if the offense can cash in on the field position. Maines does run here, breaks one tackle, tries to get around the edge, and is just gang tackled after a short gain of a yard. That's just outstanding pursuit by the Benjamin Russell defense.
Yeah, good job right there, and very similar to how we started the first half and started this game. Ty Smith getting back there, able to get his hands on him initially, and then a good job right there by Wyckoff to come in, slow him down, and let the rest of the defense catch up. But there's an example of when Maines wants to tuck it and run, he's hard to get down, and play that looked like it should be tackled in the backfield for a loss, he still at least is able to gain 2 yards.
Second down and 8 from just across midfield. Here comes another run blitz. Maines with the pitch, and they're going to blow it dead. Mike Grayson with a fortunate bounce, but they're going to say basically it's an incomplete forward pass.
Another example, though, there of Benjamin Russell there making sure that Maines gets the ball out of his hands. They've made sure he's given it at times tonight, and then if they do run that triple option, they're trying to get it out of his hands as quickly as possible, and just because of how dangerous of a runner he is. But now, again, Pelham in a third down and long. I don't know that they've been in a third and short situation at all tonight.
They converted a couple of third and longs in the first half, so we'll see what happens here. Third down, they need about 8 yards to keep the drive alive. Here comes the blitz again. Free rusher forces Maines out of the pocket. He's running for his life and will run into the waiting arms of linebacker Jakevian Hicks after a short gain of a yard. So it's 4th and 6, and that will likely send on the punting team.
And there's a reason that he leads this team in tackles. You saw it right there. Great job of understanding the angle he had to run. He gets out there, kind of beats Maines to the spot you see right here, and then boom, wraps him up, able to get him down, which is not an easy thing to do, but it looks like Pelham is thinking about going for it here.
Offense stays out there, 4th and 6. Now they look to the sideline. They have one 4th down conversion in the first half. Let's see what happens here. 4th and 6. Maines gets it out here to Garner. Nice move. And Garner is going to get the first down, the Black Diamond and Paving first down, but we have a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
That was a great job by Garner to make a man miss and get up right at the first down marker. The first down marker is on the 41. The referee spotting it right inside the 41. But Pelham, another penalty and another time where they shoot themselves in the foot here in this ball game.
Looked like the official signal tripping. And they call the left tackle for tripping on that play.
That's a tough call there against the Pelham Panthers.
Takes away a 4th down conversion.
Now you got to think 4th down and about 22 here. They're going to have to punt this football. And they would have had this all the way up right inside the Benjamin Russell 41-yard line. And we've seen once they finally get that initial first down, they seem to kind of get going on offense, but it's getting that initial first down that has been the issue for them so far here tonight.
Boy, put an asterisk by that call. 4th down, and instead of first down and the drive staying alive, it's a 4th down punt here. And they kick away from Simmons. And it will take a Pelham bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and will be down at the 12. So nice job there by Jake Garner. So Benjamin Russell benefits from the tripping penalty, and they get the ball back.
Important drive in this football game. 9 minutes, 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and Benjamin Russell up by 2 possessions. And, you know, it's an offense that they want to strike quick, but if they were to be able to put together a drive right here, chew up some clock, they could make it very difficult against this Pelham team.
So the ball boy is heading out with the ball. Nice job. Future Benjamin Russell Wildcat there. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. And a first down running play. That's the best run of the night for the Wildcats, TJ Wilson.
Yeah, he has not been able to get much, and looked like they almost kind of surprised Pelham with how quickly they snapped the football there, and got a good push up front. Does a nice job of following his block right there, and able to get it up close to the first down marker.
Hand it to him again. It is a Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down, as it's a 7-yard pickup that time by TJ Wilson. So 2 back-to-back running plays to TJ Wilson, who came into the game averaging 6.8 a carry, and he basically gets that average here with a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, good block by Shelton Wright right there, the tight end, and that may be the adjustment you see that Benjamin Russell's made, putting the tight end in the game, start trying to run the football, and this is the most success they've had all night. That's 3 straight big runs here for the Wildcats to get them from back inside their own 15 all the way up here to the 40 now.
10-yard pickup, another Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down out at the 40. So Benjamin Russell picking up the tempo, 3 straight running plays, TJ Wilson staying in the game. And they give it to him for a 4th straight time. Nice vision at the line of scrimmage. Does run into Pelham's Bishop Brila, but it'll be a gain of 4 out to the 44, 2nd and 6.
Benjamin Russell, they have basically said, hey, we're going to run this football on this drive and see if we can start to establish this line of scrimmage a little bit. And they've done that so far. Credit to this offensive line. It's the most push that we've seen them get throughout this whole entire football game.
2nd down and 5 as they spot it at the 45. And this time, nowhere to run. Shooting through there for Pelham was Ty Johnson, who averages 11 tackles a gain, and that's a tackle for a 2-yard loss. So 3rd and 7 now gives the Pelham defense an opportunity to get off the field.
And you basically just saw this defense decide, hey, we're not allowing another run up the middle. They all creeped up to the line there. Thought it might be a good time for Benjamin Russell to try to play action pass, see if they can get him deep. Instead, they stick to the run, and now sets up 3rd down and long.
Big play here. 3rd and 7. Benton under pressure gets the pass away to Simmons, but a great open field tackle by Will Felton to stop Simmons from getting the first down. So here's a 4th and 3 and a decision for Coach Grider.
That's a big decision. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. You're close to midfield. We'll see if maybe they just try to get them to jump instead of actually snapping it.
And now it looks as though they're going to send on the punting team. That was a huge tackle by Felton. When Malcolm Simmons gets the ball like that, you just assume that's going to be a first down.
Now Benjamin Russell's going to get a false start penalty because they tried to run the punting unit out after faking the snap, and the 2 guards had already put their hand in the ground, so they're not able to lift their hand right there. They end up getting the false start penalty once they had to come up to try to run off the field, so that pushes them back a little bit. But as we've talked about, we hadn't really seen them get into one tonight, but Malcolm Simmons, this guy that averaged right at 45 yards a punt last season as a junior.
And booms one here. Tolbert drops it and fortunately was able to hold on to it. They're going to say with where he first recovered the drop is about the 16, so that's where Pelham will have it 1st and 10. But again, a huge defensive stop there for Pelham to get the ball back. And here is a look at next week's action on Thursday Night Lights as we will dip down into Class 1A. What a marquee value this game has, huh? Maplesville at Loa Chapoka next week on the Sarah Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week.
Yeah, Maplesville's got such a great history, and it was almost a given you would see them in the state championship there for a while.
Here is Porter around left end, and Porter as a Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down. He picks up about 13 yards on the carry.
And we saw Benjamin Russell finally get the running game going, and right there, that's the best first down play that we've seen Pelham have all night tonight. Able to get the first down, move the chains, and like we were talking about, once this Panther offense has finally gotten a first down, they seem to really get rolling and create a rhythm on offense.
Maines, short pass. It's complete, but very little gain that time for Arnold, maybe a half yard.
Yeah, trying to get it out there to the speedy ninth grader and just had nowhere to go. So after their most successful first down play of the night, that's kind of what we've seen throughout most of the night, just getting nothing on first down and making the second downs and third downs so tough.
Second down, and we'll call it still 10 yards to go. Maines hands off to Porter, and just nothing there. He falls forward for a yard, and that's going to set up 3rd and long, and that's also going to take us to a timeout here at the 5:37 mark of the 3rd quarter. We'll take the break as well and return on the Serra Automotive AHSAA Game of the Week, presented by Black Diamond Paving.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
And we're back with Pelham facing 3rd down and 8 from their own 31-yard line. Maines rolling out to his right, squares his shoulders and makes the throw. And what an incredible grab at the 41-yard line by Tristan Darden. We talked about how Pelham had some big drops in that first half. Caleb, this is a big catch.
That's a huge catch because that was a big hit right there for Benjamin Russell. And Glenn coming over there, but kind of lost his man out there in coverage, and that's what allowed a little bit of spacing. And like you said earlier, when Maines had time, he's thrown some really good balls tonight.
First down at the 41. Now they run it with Maines. And, you know, there was nothing there, and 2 yards doesn't seem like much, but, hey, it's something when there was nothing there at all.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to get 3 on that play, and it's what I was talking about going into this half. I had a feeling they would start to try to run him a little bit more because he's had a lot of success. Even when he's hitting the backfield, he's at least getting 2-3 yards just by continuing to move his feet, continuing to fall forward. So clock continues ticking here right at 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and not really at a time where Pelham has to worry about it yet, but they do need to start keeping an eye on it.
And here is the pitch to Grayson, and he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. But great job there by Kason Griffin, the senior linebacker.
That's what you want right there. You see him come shooting down from his safety position to make the play, and I mean that's speed, and that's knowing exactly where you're supposed to be on the defensive side of the ball. And now another 3rd down and long here for this Pelham offense.
As we go under 4 minutes to play, a fast-moving 3rd quarter. Not going to be many possessions left in this game, the way the clock is moving. 3rd down and 8. Maine throws it over the middle, dropped again. 2nd drop of the night by Marcus Arnold. The pass a little behind him, but you got to help your quarterback out there.
You got to help your quarterback out, but I'll tell you, the freshman with the drop, but it was the freshman Caleb Spivey that had a great play, just getting his hand up a little bit, probably made his eyes kind of come off the ball some. You see that hand go up, and just naturally you go, what's that? And, so a good play there by Spivey to get back and at least just get in the passing lane a little bit. But another example, it's now the third different time tonight that Pelham, they've had a first down on the play designed by this coaching staff. You got to execute as players and just haven't been able to do so.
So their second possession here in the third quarter. They come up short. They fake the punt. They're going to get it. This is number 22, Marshall Watts, down the sideline, and he's going to get it down around the 20-yard line of Benjamin Russell for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down, and that was a great call by Mike Vickery.
That was a great call by Coach Vickery. He knew his team needed something to spark them, and they snap it to the up back. He pitches it forward, and Benjamin Russell had nobody over there, and I'm very surprised that they weren't more ready for the fake right there. That's the spot of the field that you want to do it. When you're in between the 40s, that's the time to fake a punt, and Coach Vickery took advantage of it all the way down to the Benjamin Russell 20 now.
So a huge special teams play for the Panthers. First down at the 20 as they are in the Greenco green zone. Here is Maine. Gets some open field, takes a big hit there by Kendrick Bird, who lowered his shoulder and knocked him down, but still a good gain on first down for Maines.
And that's big-time football right there. Great run by Maines, and then Bird just meets him, throws the shoulder in there, able to get him down. That's not an easy thing to do. We don't normally see the first guy to make contact with Maine get him on the ground right there, but still a good first down play for Pelham. Sets up second down and 3.
Love the way Maines popped right back up. Tough kid. Second down and 3. Haven't said that much tonight. Second down and 3. They throw to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Was intended for Tristan Darden, but the defender there for Benjamin Russell was in great position. That was Marbury.
Yeah, and Quavius Marbury didn't really play the ball great right there, but he just never looked up at it. Had he looked up at it, he might have had a chance at intercepting it, but did a good job to go and just get in the way of the wide receiver going for the ball there, make a play. And third down and short. You got to think this is 4-down territory at this point in the ball game as well.
Benjamin Russell walking linebackers up to the line of scrimmage. Maines throws to the end zone. It is incomplete. It was intended for Bishop Rela, broken up by Wyckoff.
Yeah,
fourth down.
Great job there by Christopher Wyckoff coming over. They had the play they wanted. They faked it going back this way. They roll Maines over to his left, and he had him there, but Wyckoff, the closing speed, very impressive there to come across, knock it away. And so fourth down and short, and Pelham's going to come out in kind of a wildcat look.
Maines is lined up at wide receiver, and we may have had jumping off sides here by Benjamin Russell, which will give him the first down.
Too close on the defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That was Ty Smith coming into the neutral zone.
Yeah, you see the frustration on Smitty Grider's face, and now starting to let it out a little bit. They've gotten Benjamin Russell a couple of times with that tonight. You know, the biggest thing as a coach, you get frustrated because after it happens once, that should be in the back of your mind of, hey, they could come up here and try to get us to jump again, but they've gotten Benjamin Russell a few times with that, and now gets him another first down. It'll be first and goal from about the 8.
Maines takes a snap, runs it right up the middle, and runs right into number 6 again. What a game tonight for Jakevion Hicks.
Yeah, he's played extremely well. He does such a good job of shooting gaps. That's one thing he's really good at that I've been able to notice tonight watching him, and seems to be in the right spot all the time. You know, you see a lot of guys, they'll over pursue or, you know, buy into certain fakes, and right there, I mean, he met him right in the hole, got low on him. You know, they've kind of figured out now, hey, we're not going to be able to tackle this quarterback up high. We better go get him down low. Still, Maine's able to get it up right around the 6.
Second down and goal. Maines trying to find some room, fighting for yardage inside the 5, and the official says he got in. That was all Clayton Maines. Caleb, I want to see the replay here. I'm not sure how he got into the end zone.
That was just hard-nosed running. I mean, wow. It looked like that he was about to get stopped right at about the 5-yard line, but Maines does such a good job of keeping his feet moving. And look at this right here. I mean, he had nowhere to go. He's hit there. looks like he's going to go down. Look at him just continue to go forward, throw guys off of him, and then dives into the end zone, and they needed that.
The Mesrano Law Firm extra point is good. Mesrano Law Firm, Mez wins, and that is the 8th rushing touchdown of the season for Pelham quarterback Clayton Maines as we get another look at it.
I mean, it's just impressive to watch the feet. I mean, watch his feet. They just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. He never stops. He never lets Benjamin Russell take him to the ground, and does a good job of finding his way into the end zone right there. And they needed that. They couldn't get stopped. You know, it'd be very demoralizing to control the ball, you know, have the fake punt, do all that, and still not be able to cut into this lead. Now, it's not only a one-score game, but because of the 2 missed extra points by Benjamin Russell, if you can get a touchdown, you have the lead.
It is a 5-point game late third quarter. As Clayton Maines' second touchdown of the night has pulled the Panthers to within 5, and there's Malcolm Simmons awaiting an opportunity to create some more fireworks here inside Martin Savary Stadium. There's Jake Garner set for the Alabama Family Central kickoff. And he booms it into the end zone for a touchback. That is a way to keep it away from number 0. Let's go back to the fake punt, Caleb.
Yeah, you see they just snap it to the up back, and then they just pitched it right ahead to Marshall Watts, and Benjamin Russell had nobody on that side of the field. It had to be something that they noticed up in the booth and maybe said, hey, we can get this play right here. Maybe it's something that they saw on film, but it was the perfect time to run it at that spot of the field. Benjamin Russell just wasn't really prepared for it, and now it's going to be up to this offense to get things moving a little bit and see if they can answer and get back out in front as much as they were.
Wildcat offense has been quiet here in this third quarter. They take over at their own 20. And here is Simmons taking the pitch and play well defended. Simmons gets across the 20 for a gain of about a yard, but that was a nice job there by the Pelham defense. Ty Johnson, the senior linebacker, in on the tackle.
Very good job there by the Pelham defense. Good pursuit. You can kind of tell that they've probably been told all week, hey, whenever number 0 comes across, focus in on him, because more than likely, more times than not, he's going to get the football. So good job up front.
2nd and 9. And looked like there might be an opening there for Wilson, but the hole closed quickly because once again it was number 10. Ty Johnson with the play from his linebacker spot. So here's a huge third down. This Pelham defense with a chance to get off the field and get the ball back.
Yeah, we've seen some great linebacker play on both sides of the ball tonight. Johnson for Pelham, Hicks for Benjamin Russell. And that time Johnson does a great job of going over, filling the gap, and setting up third down and about 6 here for the Wildcats.
Under a minute to play, third quarter. Benton rolling out to his right, gets the pass away. Receiver wide open for the first down. How did Malcolm Simmons get that wide open for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down?
I have no clue how you lose Malcolm Simmons like that. Benjamin Russell rolls Gabe Benton out. They give him a couple of options and does a good job of keeping his eyes downfield, finally finding Simmons over there. And that was a big first down for Benjamin Russell, because not only does it keep the chains moving, but it moves them up here closer to midfield. They would have been punting that ball from back inside of their 30, and Pelham would have had great field position to try to go take the lead.
Back to the ground game. Wilson picks his way forward for about 4, and that should be the final play of the third quarter. And the final seconds will tick off the scoreboard here in the third quarter as we've got a game headed into the fourth. Benjamin Russell holding on to a 19-14 lead as Clayton Maines getting in the end zone a few moments ago, making this a 5-point game as we head to the fourth quarter.
Uncle Marcus, will you tell us the story about King Boys again?
Sure. Well, it all started back in 2008.
2008.
We didn't have all the fancy toy equipment we do now, but we did have a service and a desire to help our customers. You see, kids, you must train your mind and your body to be able to help the people you call customer. When they call on us, it's showtime. Understand me. King Boy's mission is to help when people are in need. So what's our motto, children?
King Boys forever.
You deserve a bonus. Get a new 55-inch 4K TV now at Sarah Nissan. 3 locations. Buy or lease any new Sarah Nissan and get a new 55-inch 4K TV, no charge. Event pricing on every new Nissan. 0% financing for 60 months and make 0 payments till next year. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty, no charge. So come get your bonus at Sarah Nissan in Birmingham and Sylacauga. Plus, Tony Sarah Nissan in Coleman.
Greenco Athletic Fields Care and Maintenance is Alabama's premier athletic sports field specialists. Greenco offers comprehensive athletic field solutions for all your athletic field needs. Our experienced technicians provide complete programs to manage playing surfaces, parks, and other high-traffic community spaces. Greenco also provides anti-mosquito control, overseeding, aeration, and turf care to schools and cities across the state.
And we are back on the Sarah Automotive AHSAA Thursday night game of the week presented by Black Diamond Paving. We begin the 4th quarter with a 2nd down and 6, but a pre-snap penalty here. It looks just like against the offense.
Hey, you know, to start the game, it was Pelham hurting themselves with false start penalties, and well, it actually looks like the referee's coming up and changing it.
Dead ball. Coach. Disconcerting that. Hey.
And what it looks like to me is they caught the Pelham defense trying to call out the Benjamin Russell snap count, and you can't do that on the defensive side of the ball. And so that's what the middle referee is kind of coming in and saying. The Pelham players aren't too happy with it, but
neither is Coach Vickery. But it's a personal foul penalty. So 15-yard mark off. Down to the 38-yard line. So big penalty here to begin the 4th quarter. Benjamin Russell held scoreless in that 3rd quarter, looking to score here early in the 4th, and another whistle and the play is blown dead.
Dead ball. That's a delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
The play clock over there still read about 15 seconds when they snapped it. I'm not sure how it was a delay of game.
We can just start this 4th quarter over again. So here we go. 1st and 15. Benjamin Russell at the Pelham 44. Dive play up the middle, yard maybe 2. It'll be 2nd down and long, as that was TJ Wilson once again on the carry. 2nd and 13. Benjamin Russell has a lead, but it doesn't feel like it after that 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
Bit to throw with time. Zips it downfield. Simmons double covered. No flag on the play. Coverage back there by Pelham's Javion Gee.
I don't blame Gabe Benton. You're trying to find your best player right there, but Pelham has made the adjustment. They are double covering Malcolm Simmons, and good job by the safety coming over right there. 3rd down and long now for the Wildcats. If they don't get it, you kind of feel like they're going to try to punt them deep. See if they can get them inside the 10, inside the 5, but they need to convert here, and it looks like there's a lot of confusion right now going on with this Benjamin Russell offense.
So 3rd down and 13. Benton got a lot of room to run if he chooses to, and he will take off. And he's going to run for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving 1st down as he takes it inside the 20. First time tonight we've seen Gabe Benton get it done with his legs.
Yeah, and you know, and he ran for 110 yards last week against Chilton County, but Haven't seen him use them very much tonight, but I'll tell you, that was impressive right there. Once he decided to really get going about right here, he just, I mean, you can tell Johnson, he kind of underestimated his speed right there and didn't have a great angle. That allowed Benton to gain about 10 more yards down inside the 20 and get into that Greenco green zone.
First down at the Pelham, 17. Here's the give to Foster, and Foster breaks free and gets into the end zone for the big-time entertainment touchdown.
Right there, Benjamin Russell ran the buck sweep over there to the left side. They pulled both guards and got them out in front, and they really just outnumbered Pelham to the left side. And so a couple of big plays on that drive, a couple of big calls that also went Benjamin Russell's way that helped them. And the Wildcats able to get in the end zone, and looks like they're going to kick the extra point. I was wondering if they would still kick the extra point or if they'd think about going for two after two misses already tonight.
Here's the Mizraino Law Firm extra point from Micah Murphy. And he puts it right through there. Mizraino Law Firm. Mez wins as Benjamin Russell scores for the first time here in the second half to put the game back to a 2-score lead thanks to this run here by Foster, his first rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, Chris Foster, he played wide receiver for Benjamin Russell last season. This year had been playing a lot more defense, and here recently they've decided to make a move. They need some spark at running back, and you can kind of see he's got some explosiveness, especially when he's able to get to the outside. Right there, does a good job of following his blockers. One cut, gets into the end zone, and so the Wildcats extend their lead back up to 12 here with 10:45 to go in the fourth quarter. And you know, if you're Pelham, look, you're still in this game. 10:45 left. You got 3 timeouts. So you can go try to get a score here. And if you can score, you know, really before the 5, if you can score before between 5-6 minutes right there, you're still in a good spot to try to get a stop, get the ball back, and then you'd love nothing more than have your offense with a chance to go on a drive and win the football game.
And the Alabama Family Central kickoff. And Murphy kicks it high and deep. It will hit at the 6. Tolbert picks it up at the 5 and will step out of bounds at about the 13. I think Tolbert was hoping it would go into the end zone, but it just hit the ground and died, and he picked it up and got what he could.
It did everything Pelham didn't want it to do right there. They thought it was going to go in the end zone or go out of bounds.
Hey, and here's a look at the rest of our schedule for the regular season. After tonight, we will head into week 8 in Maplesville at Loachapoka. Then in week 9, Dora at Oak Grove. And then we'll wrap up the regular season in week 10, Gardendale at Hueytown.
Fun matchups. I'm looking forward to these next 3 to end off the year. Can't believe that we're already this late in the football season.
Maines tries to run it, and it just runs into a sea of maroon after a gain of maybe a yard. Yeah, high school football, you wait for it all season, and then it's just once it starts, it's like a snowball rolling down the hill, and these weeks just roll and roll, and you look up and here we are.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's the first time we've been able to really talk any about Caleb Spivey on the defensive line for Benjamin Russell, as he was able to get back there and make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's big old 6'4", about 230 pounds, and only a 9th grader. He received an offer from Auburn earlier this season.
And this time, there is no drop by Marcus Arnold as he makes the grab for the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down.
Arnold's another very impressive looking 9th grader for this Pelham team, and you can tell they make it a point to try to get him the football. Arnold and Tolbert are the 2 wide receivers that really help make this offense go. And another example of them rolling Maines out of the pocket and having that crosser coming over the middle. He's very good at spotting that and putting the ball on the money.
Low snap. Maines gets it away just as he was hit. Arnold makes the grab, but for virtually no gain.
There's Jai Hicks again for Benjamin Russell, getting back there, making a play, and looks like we have a flag over here. It's going to be an illegal formation against Pelham.
Who wants the penalty or the... Illegal formation on the offense. That penalty's declined. Second down.
So the Wildcats want to take the play, 2nd and 10. Pelham. They're not able to come up with any points on this drive. Time will become an issue quickly here in the 4th quarter as Hollis spins up across the 30. That was a good run there, or I should say Porter on the run. It sets up a manageable now 3rd down and 4.
And that's one of the few times that we've seen them in a 3rd and under 5 situation. Most of them have been 3rd and long so far tonight.
Wildcats
almost got them.
Walk up the linebackers. Here they come. Maines gets the pass away, and it's incomplete. As Darden couldn't handle it at the 38. It would have been a 1st down.
He missed a wide open Talbert down the field. Another drop that would have been a 1st. That's the 4th time tonight that a Pelham wide receiver has dropped the ball on what would be a 1st down.
So 4th and 4. Pelham has the offense out there. Maines rolls to his left. Passes away and dropped.
Would have been another 1st down. That's the 3rd drop of the night for Marcus Arnold, and the pass was intercepted there by the Wildcats.
Caden Hyde comes up with the interception, but you would actually have rathered him drop the ball if you're Benjamin Russell in that situation. And I feel bad for Maines. Maines has played a great game tonight. He has just not had very much help at all from his offense. That's now the 5th pass that would have been a 1st down for Pelham that they have dropped, and this one now turns into a turnover here for the Panther offense. And 8:25 left. You're still in the game, but this defense has to get a stop right here on this play, or on this drive.
Wilson right up the middle, runs over a defender and has a Black Diamond Asphalt Paving 1st down after a gain of 12.
That hole right there was created by the sophomore, Sedarian Morgan. We talked about him earlier, 6'4", 225 pounds. Look at him right there on the bottom of your screen. He got his butt turned into the hole, and that allowed for Williams to be able to get up in there. And hadn't seen a ton of success in between the tackles for the Wildcats tonight, but they've gotten it when they've needed it the most.
Benton hands off to Wilson again. An offensive line doing work now as Wilson falls forward after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
I think you see a Pelham defense is starting to get a little tired. You can start to see some hands on hips and probably a little bit of frustration because they've played well enough to get their team back in the game, and the offense just wasn't able to execute enough to get back in the football game, really. And so maybe a little bit of frustration as well. But Benjamin Russell really starting to find their groove running the football here in the 2nd half.
2nd down and 3. Working the game clock also. Wilson up the middle and gets inside the 15, which should be enough for a Black Diamond Asphalt Paving 1st down. TJ Wilson's had a good 2nd half.
Yeah, he has, but a lot of that is due to his offensive line. You know, we didn't really see any push in the 1st half at all from them. But it looks like Benjamin Russell's kind of made an adjustment. They've started to pull the guards a lot more, and by doing that, they've allowed him to be able to run behind them and get into space. And, you know, both Wilson and Chris Foster are very similar. They're 1-foot plant and cut guys. And so by doing this, running these buck sweeps, things like that, it's allowed them to do that. Get out to the edge, make that one plant, and start getting upfield.
And we've got movement from the right. Offensive tackle for Benjamin Russell.
And they're claiming that Pelham is calling out the snap count again.
And if that's the case, that's a no-no. Officials talking about it.
Personal foul, disconcerting.
It's the second time tonight that we have seen that called against Pelham. Looks like Coach Vickery's a little upset. You never know. I mean, you know, sometimes the defense could have a call where they're saying go, and that's the sign to shift and to move. But when you do that, that's simulating the snap count. So got to come up with something different, or you're going to continue getting these 15-yard penalties.
Timeout on the field. Back to Alex City in just a moment.
Bandits Bar and Grill is your stop for great food, family fun, and live music. Wednesday night, it's Cornhole Tournament. Thursday night, Biker Night. Don't forget about the live music, too. Great steaks, full bar, awesome appetizers, wings, nachos, tacos, and fried catfish. Stop in today or give us a call at 256-369-2920. That's Bandits Bar and Grill on Fort Williams and Sylacauga.
I need the King boys.
Don't call two clowns in a tow truck when you're dreaming of them King boys.
You know, Coach Vickery called that timeout for no other reason than he wanted to talk to the officials. And obviously not going to change anything, but he did get some things off his chest.
Well, he got some things off his chest, and he was also probably trying to say, hey, what do we need to say? What do we need to do to not get this called on us going forward? And Benjamin Russell going up the middle again right there. The penalty actually didn't give them a first down. It just moved it up half a distance. So still don't get the first down, but hey, they don't mind that. Clock's moving right now, and they're close to putting this at a 3-possession game, which will make it very, very tough.
Second down and 1. They can get a first down at the 5. And again, taking their time as we go under 6 minutes to play now in the game. And off to Wilson again, and he is ripped down there. They're going to throw a flag, though, as Will Felton on the tackle. So the officials will confer, and it's a face mask penalty is the call. Watch number 14 from the right of your screen come in against Wilson. And
ooh, that is a tough call. Wow.
There's been some tough calls against Pelham here in the second half.
There's no doubt about it. That's a tough one there for Pelham. That didn't come close to the face mask.
So it does make it first and goal. And Wilson gets the call and gets the big-time entertainment touchdown and another flag thrown.
They get a hold here against Benjamin Russell. That was a big hole right there in the middle. See, Jaden Allen looked at the official like, well, what's this penalty for?
So for now, the touchdown. In limbo here till we get the call from the officials.
Face mask. Then we got dead ball, personal foul. Dead ball, personal foul.
Got a lot to sort out here.
So it looks like the face mask, there it is right there at the end as he was going into the end zone. So that time you actually do have a face mask on the play. Didn't see the personal foul penalties, though, on either side there. Not sure where that came from, but
Important thing is the touchdown is on the board now. And we await the Mesrano Law Firm extra point from Micah Murphy. That score there will make it very difficult for Pelham to come back. They go for 2, and it is no good, but hey, we got a flag. Interference in the end zone, so they'll get another crack at it.
And now I think Benjamin Russell will just put their regular offense out there, see if they can get a 1.5 yards.
There you see Wilson coming back in. Number 0, Malcolm Simmons, is lined up in the backfield as well. Keep an eye on him. So they will go for it here. The Mesrano Law Firm extra point will be a 2-point try. There's Simmons, and he's going to get into the end zone, I think. Yes, he does. The 2-point conversion is successful. Mesrano Law Firm. Mez wins as Benjamin Russell, after seeing their lead cut to 19-14, back-to-back scores here in the fourth quarter to seize control of the game again. It's 34-14.
Yeah, that was a big one there for the Wildcats. First time tonight to me that they've really been able to feel comfortable. You know, I know they got off to the 13-0 start, but Pelham was able to answer that, cut it to 13-7. They then put it up to 19-7, but it sat there for a long time, and then Pelham made it interesting, getting it to 19-14. Credit to this Benjamin Russell team, though, the way that they finished here towards the end. And big uphill battle now here for this Pelham Panther team if they want to try to get back into this game. Crazy things have happened, though. I mean, I remember watching a game a couple years ago on ESPN. I think it was Bishop Gorman against somebody. It was 24-7 with 1 minute and something seconds to go, and the other team ended up coming back and winning the football game. I mean, it's high school football. Yeah, you got Thompson and Auburn a couple of years ago, you know, where we were sitting there talking about how great the win was for Auburn's community and, you know, how big it was. And the next thing you know, Thompson's winning the football game. So you got to keep playing. 5:23 to go, and a lot can happen.
And the Alabama Family Central kickoff sails into the end zone. So a touchback, first down at the 20 now for Pelham. This is not a big play type of offense that Pelham has. Yeah. Benjamin Russell's got that kind of explosive ability, obviously, with Malcolm Simmons. But Pelham is more of a grind it out and kind of have to execute long drives, and there's just not a lot of time left for that formula. We look ahead to Friday night rivals tomorrow night on My 68. Your matchup, Southeastern at Locust Fort.
That'll be a fun one.
7 o'clock live tomorrow night on My 68. First down and 10. Maines is out of the game. New quarterback in for Pelham. That's Dylan Smith, the 9th grader. He completes the pass to Ethan Jowers. So they get some time for the young 9th grade quarterback, Dylan Smith, here in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if something happened to Maines and that's why they made the move, or if they just said, hey, look, we're down 20. Let's get our young guy in and start giving him some experience, especially against this level competition in a region game.
Second down. Smith, little pump fake, throws, pass is caught at the 40. So they're going to say incomplete. And the receiver, that is C.J. Tolbert, is injured on the play, but is able to get up.
One thing's been impressive watching this Benjamin Russell defense is they will hit you. You see right here, big hit as he was bobbling it a little bit. Tolbert was a little slow to get up. So 3rd down and 6 now here for this Pelham Panther offense.
I thought that pass was knocked out, but that's really another drop.
Yeah. Coach Vickery not going to be too happy with that. The lack of execution. But, you know, he talked about, he said, look, we're a young team. We got a lot of young guys that are playing that are gaining experience. And he feels like if they can just keep working and keep gaining experience, he's got a chance to have something special here soon.
Smith gets it out here to Grayson, and he's immediately gang tackled at the 24-yard line by the Benjamin Russell defense, led by number 21, the Javius Calhoun. So it's 4th and 4 for Pelham. Smith and the offense staying on the field.
Yeah, you kind of have to. I mean, you know, you can't just punt it away and basically say, hey, the game's over. You got to give your team a chance here. 4:07 left, clock still ticking. Got to make a play here if you're Pelham. No, maybe you don't have to.
They may be getting it with a penalty. So they finally get a penalty to go their way here.
And that's what Coach Grider will not be too happy with his defensive group about that in particular. I think it's about the 4th time tonight that they've jumped off sides in a either 3rd or 4th down situation. And we saw early in the game they jumped off sides, which allowed Pelham to go for it, and Pelham was able to convert.
So they get the penalty, first down at the 31. Smith looking and gets rid of it as he was trying to avoid a sack back at the 25-yard line. So 2nd down and 10.
And, you know, we talked about it in the opener. If Benjamin Russell is able to hold on to this 20-point lead here over the next 3:49, it's a big win for them. Pretty much locks them up in the postseason now with this win here. And then, because they have the tiebreaker over Pelham, they'll have the tiebreaker over Chilton County and over Calera. They got Briarwood next week. If they can beat Briarwood, it'll set up a region championship matchup with Helena later on, and also could have Homewood right there in the mix. You could have a 3-way tie right at the top.
2nd and 10. Smith over the middle, throws a bullet, and it is caught by Tolbert, and he runs out of bounds at the Benjamin Russell 43. So this young freshman got a good arm. He's completed 3 balls here on this series.
Very good arm. That's a good pass right there over the middle of the field. And a good job of Tolbert getting as much as he can and then getting out of bounds. Stop this clock.
Of all the drops they've had tonight, number 2 has been pretty sure-handed in this game.
Yeah, Tolbert's played well.
So 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 43. Smith trying to march his team down the field and trying to set up the screen, but good hands there by the Benjamin Russell defensive lineman. It's number 95, Caleb Spivey, who Caleb has talked about tonight as the young freshman making a good play. And here's the Benjamin Russell schedule we talked about. Coming up after Pelham, they've got back-to-back road games at Briarwood and Helena. That's a tough 2-week stretch there.
That's a tough 2-week stretch, and then you get Valley to end things off, who's a really, really good 5A team as well. So it's a group that should be well tested as they get ready for the postseason, but they would love nothing more than to be at home rather than having to travel like they did last year.
Smith's pass is intercepted at the 19-yard line and returned back to the 28 as that went right into the hands of Marbury. So Benjamin Russell will take over 1st and 10 with 3:25 to play.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that one was tipped at the line or if it just came out of Smith's hands wrong, but it was a wobbly pass that just kind of hung up in the air. And we'll see right here if maybe somebody got a hand on it close. Well, maybe right there, right before he was throwing the ball, might have hit it from behind and affected that pass a little bit. But another turnover here for this Wildcat defense, and that one should put this game away, barring something just drastic happening here.
And the handoff to Wilson. And Wilson with about 9 yards out to the 33. Make it 2nd and short. And take a look at Pelham's schedule. After tonight, it's Homewood and Chilton County left in region play, then closing out against 7A Spain Park.
A game with Homewood will be very important next week. This Pelham team wants to be able to get into the playoffs. They still have a chance to get in, but they need to win those last 2. And next week won't be an easy one, taking on the Homewood Patriots, who have done nothing but gotten better and better since an 0-2 start to the season, as John Carroll was able to beat them, and then Vestavia really put it on them in week 2. But since that point, Homewood has found something and gotten things going a little bit. It should be a really fun game between Pelham and Homewood next week, and then Briarwood and Benjamin Russell will be a big-time matchup up there in the Birmingham area as well.
Chris Foster got the Black Diamond Asphalt Paving first down to the 41. So a new set of downs for the Wildcats as they continue to milk the clock here in the fourth quarter. This is the 7th meeting between these two teams. Pelham has won 4 of the previous 6, including last year's game at Ned Bearden Stadium in Pelham, but Benjamin Russell is about to win meeting number 7.
Pretty even series, you know, really between two very similar schools, two similar towns with the size and all of that. And, you know, the series shows that really with how even it is between these two places as well.
Under 2 minutes to play, second down and 10. And again, Benjamin Russell milking the clock here. Benton gives it to Foster, and he is in a foot race. And Foster will be tracked down and dropped at about the 1 yard line. What an effort there by Pelham's Hunter Drawhorn.
Yeah, there's what we were talking about earlier, though, with Chris Foster. He has got explosive ability from the running back position, and right there just plants that foot, starts getting upfield, and tripped over the grass. I'm not sure what it was that kind of held him up, but as you said, great effort there from Pelham. I mean, you're down 20 points. It'd be very easy to just let him walk into the end zone, and that's the type of effort that'll make Coach Vickery proud when he looks at the film tomorrow and watches this game. And as I said earlier, you know, he told me this is a young team that is gaining experience and you know, is continuing to improve, and there's a lot of things that they'll see on film. I mean, they're just a couple of plays, a couple of things away from being a really, really good football team.
They elect to run the play, and they score the touchdown with Foster. The Big Time Entertainment touchdown is Foster's second touchdown of the fourth quarter.
It was a very slow third quarter. You know, Benjamin Russell exploded in the first quarter. Really didn't do much at all in the second and third quarter. And then got things going here in the fourth. And it just shows you how explosive this Benjamin Russell offense and this Benjamin Russell team can be. Didn't have much going at all offensively in the second, third. Still able to put up 41 points tonight. Now, 7 of those, really 6 of them, have come from Malcolm Simmons in his punt return. But, you know, look, Pelham made the adjustment. We didn't see a ton of Malcolm Simmons getting the ball here in the second half. But it's other guys for Benjamin Russell that have stepped up, made plays, and led to them having this lead.
And now time for the W.C. Wright and Son play of the game. Go back to the first quarter. Malcolm Simmons getting the scoring started in this game with this huge punt return. Gave Benjamin Russell a 7-0 lead and really just set the tone for a very good first half for the Wildcats. Simmons with 3 touchdowns in that first half.
And I'll tell you, those angles from the field don't do justice what we saw up here with once he planted the foot that first time. I mean, he exploded through the seam right there, and it doesn't show it as well when you're down on that closer angle, but from up here where me and Mickey were, I mean, you could see once he planted his foot and decided to go, nobody on this field was going to catch up to number 0. And Hugh Freeze, Auburn University, getting a big-time player, 4-star wide receiver Malcolm Simmons. And I was telling you before the game, Freeze may want to take a look at him punting the football as well, because he hadn't punted it as well here tonight, but it's a guy that averaged right at 45 yards a punt last season as a junior. Very talented.
So Pelham called the timeout. There's Malcolm Simmons. What a night. He had 2 touchdowns last week. And Benjamin Russell's win over Chilton County. 3 scores tonight. Back-to-back games with punt returns for touchdowns. So here's the Mesrano Law Firm extra point. Once again, it's Micah Murphy out to attempt the kick. And he splits the uprights. Mesrano Law Firm. Mez wins.
All Benjamin Russell here in this fourth quarter after being held scoreless in the fourth. They're dominating here, and they choose to score that touchdown. They could have got in victory formation and basically ended the game, but they decided to score again, make it 41-14. We'll be kicking off to Pelham.
You know, this is a Benjamin Russell team that got punched in the mouth early this season. They won against Wetumpka to start the year, but then Danny Horn, their former coach, Central Clay, who have as good a chance as anybody to make it out of the 5A South to play for a state championship this year, came in here, really punched Benjamin Russell in the mouth. They beat them 30-13 that night. Benjamin Russell followed that up with a win over Calera, but then Homewood came in here and really put it on them. It was 41-14 at one point. It was 27-0 at one point in that game. Benjamin Russell was never in the game. Something has clicked, though, since that point. They've now won 3 straight here and seem to really be getting things going at the right time heading into this end part of the season.
The Alabama Family Central kickoff taken by Tolbert. Tolbert turning on the speed. Wilson will guide him out of bounds at about the 36-yard line, so that's where Pelham will take over 1st and 10 with 35.8 seconds to go. And once again, there you see number 5, Dylan Smith, the freshman quarterback who came in the last series, will come back out and lead the offense here for what should be the final play or two of this game.
I'm interested to see what Pelham does here. You know, do they continue to let him try to throw it around and you know, just get some experience, or do they run the football and just kind of head out here? But I mean, all this kind of academic at this point. And Pelham played well tonight. I think, you know, the biggest thing, like we were saying earlier, Coach Vickery's going to be able to look at the film and go, guys, if we execute here, if we do this here, if we catch this ball here on a first down, this is a whole different football game. And the score is really not going to indicate how close this game was. It was 19-14 right here in the fourth quarter. And credit to the Benjamin Russell Wildcats, the way they finished this game. But, you know, Coach Vickery said this is a young group. They're gaining experience, and you could see that here tonight. They're gaining experience. They're getting better. It's just they've got to execute certain little things better. And once that starts to click, I really like what I see from this Pelham Panther football team.
Final score, Benjamin Russell wins it 41-14. We're back to Martin Savary Stadium in just a moment.
Hey, Dad. Now that school's back in session, let's give them a mattress lesson.
Okay.
Is Dover's Mattress Closeout Center a true closeout center, or is it just a name on the wall?
Kids, Dover's Mattress Closeout Center is not just a name on a building. We truly acquire and sell scuffed, discontinued, closeout mattresses and adjustable beds discounted on average 40 to 50% off.
Wow, that was better than a math lesson. But remember the sliced that price.
Oh, boy.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
Well, a winning night tonight at home for the Benjamin Russell Wildcats. You see the finals. They knock off Pelham in 6A Region 3 action tonight, 41-14 your final score. Mickey Shaddricks and Caleb Brooks back with you live. And it was a 19-14 game heading into that fourth quarter, Caleb. And it was anybody's game, but Benjamin Russell turned it on, outscoring Pelham 22-0 in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they really showed how explosive they can be. And they got some help, too, from some Pelham penalties and things like that to help extend some drives. But really showed how explosive they can be, and they really showed it early in the game with this punt return from Malcolm Simmons.
Yeah, as we showed you a moment ago, this was our W.C. Wright and Sons play of the game. Malcolm Simmons electrifying the crowd here with this huge punt return. Second week in a row he's done that, and then here he scores from the Wildcat formation. His second touchdown of the first half. Then Pelham had an answer here as Maines and company drive down the field and finally get on the scoreboard. This is Maines taking it in, and that was a big touchdown for them. It gave them a little momentum going into halftime.
No, yeah, you could feel the momentum shifting, and then there's Malcolm Simmons again. They found him on a slant route. They caught Pelham in zone coverage, and you can just see nobody was going to keep up with him on this field tonight.
Big play here, fourth down. They faked the punt, and Pelham kept the drive alive, and this touchdown here is what pulled them to within 19-14.
And it was an impressive touchdown as well as Maines. I mean, did what he did all night. He kept his feet moving, found his way into the end zone. But then this touchdown right here by Chris Foster put Benjamin Russell back up 26-14, and they kind of felt like they finally found some breathing room right there with that play, and then was able to extend it with 2 more touchdowns there over the last 8 minutes.
Foster with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns and a big second half for T.J. Wilson, as well as Benjamin Russell really effectively ran the ball behind that big offensive line, took control of the game in the fourth quarter. So Benjamin Russell with the win improves to 5-2 overall, 3-1 in region play. Pelham drops to 4-3, 1-3 in the region. Been a fun night tonight at the Sportsplex in Alex City. For Caleb Brooks and our entire WOTM crew, Mickey Shaddricks saying thanks for watching Thursday Night Lights. Hope to see you again next Thursday on the AHSAA Game of the Week.